Hello, welcome back to another week of SDS. Premier League Roundup is back, the second game week of the season. I also want to mention that we're probably going to start doing more different shows apart from just Premier League Roundup. Obviously, we all know everyone loves the Premier League Roundup, and that will continue. But I want to do a midweek show, right? Talking about other things in football, like the Saudi League, like stuff like the Women's World Cup final that just happened. We maybe could mention that or anything else. We'll bring that in midweek. I just need to find a way to give the show a name. But we are here for the Premier League Roundup. It is a good one because it's been some interesting results. Let me introduce the table first. Next to me, we've got Lias, who I'm sure is going to say a lot today. Hi, Lias.
This is the first time ever that I reached out to you before the roster for this week's SDS came out, and I said I must be on this week.
Yep.
I must. It's a necessity. Liban didn't want to be here. Abs Busquets didn't want to be here. I'm here, answering the call.
Man, am I doing runners here?
Yeah. It's easy to be here when we win, but where are you when shit hits the fan?
There we go.
Them man are sofa fans anyway.
I tweeted out, not me, actually.
Whoa.
The SDS pod account tweeted out what Sharky and Steve have a headache for the lineup. And to be fair, this was actually the most requested lineup. This exact lineup. So opposite, we got Fuizi. Welcome back, man.
Hey,
Your first PR roundup of the season.
Very long. It's been very long overdue.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why? It's only the second game week.
I know. But it's it felt like a long time, innit?
It's been 2 games, like Gerard said. It's been 2 games.
Yeah, it's been two games, guys. 2 games.
Just 2 games?
Yeah.
Just 2 games?
No, man, it feels good to finally come in a pod with 3 points.
Wow. It does a bit.
3-point collectors.
3-point collectors.
And someone who knows a lot about that as well is Fuad next to you. Welcome.
I didn't request. I told you I was going to be here this week.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I had to see.
It's going to be a good one because you guys obviously watched the game together.
I'll see you again.
This is a good lineup as well because the last time we had this lineup, it was Fuad's debut on SDS.
Hey, for
Oh,
real?
was it?
Yeah.
For real? Yeah, it was.
No, wait. Was he there as well?
Yeah, he was
He
there.
was on his debut.
It was
He was.
your first signing. Yeah, your signing, my debut.
Oh, you was here as well? Yeah, you was.
In my house.
In
my
his
flat.
house, yeah, you was there.
Because remember, my debut was with you. He came with the suit.
You're right.
Yeah,
I
with the
remember
Liverpool
that day.
medal and everything.
Yeah,
The shirt
You're
signing
right.
after.
Man,
That's the last time you guys on together. And it's his debut.
crazy.
Yeah.
Mad.
How can you forget, fam?
Come a long way,
You're
boys.
bad,
Who
you
thought
know.
we'd
How
be
you
here?
forgetting?
Huh? Look at us.
How you forgetting? How you forgetting?
Look, man.
Hey,
He's been in so many
he's had a
combinations.
traumatic year. I can't lie.
It's been a long time, man.
That's mad though. That's how many combinations there are in SDS. Literally.
Crazy, yeah.
Like,
That's a long time, but
the
yeah,
last
we're
time
here.
you 3 have been together was
Yeah.
how many months ago? Didn't even have the studio.
All the
February.
January signings as well.
February.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also,
All the
yeah.
January signings.
First full season for all 3 of you guys.
Full, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Full
This
to-
table didn't exist a year ago.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
Here
literally
now.
as
Look
well.
at us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
But enough.
Not me.
Enough of the niceties, okay? Before we get into the first game, as usual, I just got to do my due diligence and promote where else you can check out our content on Twitter at SDS_pod, on Instagram, SDS pod, on Spotify and iTunes if you want to listen to the full episodes, even though you get them here. If you want to listen to them when you're driving or you just got headphones in, Spotify and iTunes, SDS podcast, you can find us there. Also, everyone's socials are on the screen right now, and you'll find all the other guys as well. So make sure you to check us out everywhere, and TikTok as well. Actually, I forgot SDS pod as well. But let's get into the first game.
Which game would that be?
It's the big one.
Okay, the big one. Okay, before we start,
Yep.
we got a thing, a degree.
What?
In therapy.
Okay.
Psychology.
So this is it's a therapeutic lesson.
Oh yeah. Like the
Before,
candle.
just make yourself full at home, Lias, and just don't be afraid to.
Oh, he's lighting a candle for us.
Don't be afraid. The aroma in the room.
that flame's a bit high, but
No, whatever happens, happens.
Good shaka.
Whatever happens.
You're gonna burn the studio down.
There we go. It's cleared up. It's cleared up.
But the aroma is set just right.
Yep.
We want you to be yourself. We want you to, whatever's in your mind, just say it.
I will.
Don't be afraid.
Of
At
course.
your most zen self.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
Before we let speak, obviously we're talking about the Spurs versus Man United game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You both watched the game together actually on a live stream as well, so you can literally see every thought in that game. You can watch it on DR Sports. These two are on DR Sports. You guys cut a promo as well.
We
already
did.
before that.
I'm never doing that again.
We did.
Dion, that was my one and only appearance. You've never seen me on there again, bro.
Cut a whole promo.
One and done, baby.
I even told Fuad before, that's not my bag in terms of being cocky, like backing my. It's not my bag. It's never been my bag. But I did it for the content.
Oh, he did it for the content
That's the
now.
last time I ever do that. Ever. It ain't happening again.
They're talking about, hey, we're doing it for content.
Yeah, I was doing it for content.
Let me tell you what this brother was saying.
Go on.
Because we was in the preview beforehand and he was giving it it's just Tottenham. Spurs under the lights.
Wow.
Fuad under the lights.
Oh.
We know how this goes, is what he was saying. Eras come to an end. And high. Yeah. All of that.
Yep.
They
Just
don't
to
even
come
have a
and get
name for the stadium.
schooled
Do you think I
by
forgot that
Ange
bar?
Postecoglou.
I didn't say that.
You
part.
did say that.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
That was your line,
I
innit?
remember
That was your line.
I don't remember. I didn't say that.
I remember that.
The
Yeah.
name don't have a stadium. It looks like a toilet seat.
In it. I remember
It's on
that.
the high road.
Disrespect.
It's on the high
The
road.
disrespect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just getting stuff out of your
This is
thing.
crazy.
No, but all in all,
Anyone used to shot near there. That's what you said.
I said that about Heady One.
hey, don't talk about Heady like that, bro. But now, all in all, listen, that game, I can't lie to you, doing the preview, doing the watch, it was almost like building up to it. And I said, going into this game, it was the first time playing United. I weirdly just felt confident. I said, and the worst thing was we drew last week, but it was how we played. I said, I think the last time we beat United was 2018 at home. The last time we beat them was a 6-1 at their ground. And it was, I think, 10 men within the first half or something like that.
Yeah.
But either way, we don't have much luck against United. I should have no reason to come in confident. But I seen their Wolves game, seeing them the way they started last year,
Terrible, honestly.
seeing them throughout pre-season and knowing that a lot of their squad didn't play throughout most of the pre-season, I was like, these men are going to be finding their fitness in the first couple games. It's actually the perfect time to catch them. Weirdly, in the first half, they actually took us to the cleaners.
Yeah.
The penalty shout, they could have been 1-0 up with the Romero handball. Bruno
Couple headers,
with that
yes.
sitter should have buried it. But then it was almost like second half, they'd run out of wind. Is that all United got? And then we just
Talk to me
came
about
into ourselves, bro.
Talk to me about Spurs and what you're feeling right now about Spurs and the manager and players like Basuma and maybe Sarr.
Do you know what's, bro?
Tell me.
It's so crazy because coming in, when he signed initially, I was like, yo, it's an experiment. We need
He's
to
just a manager,
Ange
yeah.
Postecoglou. I said, he's coached in Celtic, okay, but it's not the same level. This is a whole jump up. We know the curse this club is. He's going to be doing so much work. I don't think any Spurs fan expected to be as optimistic as they are this early on. And why is that, you might ask? One, the lack of expectations this season. I don't think any Spurs fan was going into this season thinking we're even finishing top 7.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that pre-season, he's already got some of his ideas across, whether that's pressing high, where we weren't pressing at all. Playing with a high line, we weren't doing that at all. Passing patterns and playing out of the back, we weren't doing that at all. And for once, we actually seem like we have a cohesive defensive unit. What I was seeing from Romero and Van der Ven, combination, as Drake said. Rashford, try to do the sprinting. We got Van der Ven, he can catch that. Destiny, I already spoke about Destiny this morning, but that kid, right to the very top, I'm telling you, he is going to be a special player. That midfield trio that you mentioned as well, they epitomize that game for me. Basuma, Bossuma, as I call him now.
No. Let's give him a round of applause, man.
Yeah.
Let's give
You know
him
what?
a round of applause.
Because it's back-to-back man of the match performances. And I think last season when we got him for 25 mil, Spurs fans looked at it like, yo, we got a bargain. It's a snip. But then Conte and his plans, for some reason, stifled that. Then injuries in the second half of the season. We were hoping that this player was going to come. But to actually see it now, bro, that is a special player. And by the end of the season, we'll be having conversations about where he ranks in that DM conversation. Because everybody knew the player he was at Brighton and rated him. Last year, I think, has made people forget. Sarr, that's another one, I think. For your first Premier League to come in like that, hey, do your thing, my brother. And I've said if Højbjerg leaves, there needs to be no signings. That kid needs to be given a chance. Maddison epitomized the whole second half.
Yeah, second half,
First
yeah.
half, iffy. The first half was just like the team performance. Passes off, final third not executing. Second half, he woke up and took that game by the scruff of the neck, pulling all the strings, literally. That front line, we still got a bit to work in. But the fact that I've got that defense now kind of sorted a little bit. Vicario, another one as well. Couple of big saves in the second half. After the first shaky game, I needed to see some life from him. So those are the reasons why Spurs fans are so excited. That's the reason why we're looking at Ange like, right, you're actually cooking something here. No one was expecting anything, but I'm having a wonderful meal here. I didn't win last week. I felt happy walking away. Even this week, United bopped us at home in the first half. You look at the shots and the possession. United should have actually been annoyed to not walk away with that game with something. But the fact that we stuck it out, we improved our levels in the second half, that's not normal level Spurs. So for me, a lot of reasons to be excited right now. But let's not start getting crazy as well. It's still only 2 games in.
It is.
There will be dips. There will be moments. But there is reasons to be excited.
Have you realised something here?
What?
This is literally like the first time he's very positive, happy. He's changed.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to see.
Look what you've done for me, my brother.
I ain't never ever seen you act like this.
Have you seen him like this?
Man,
Listen, I'm
He's all
feeling
giggly.
scarred.
mad.
Shoes are off. He's on a nature thing now. It's just nature.
No,
I
listen.
love it.
It's
And
I
we
can't lie
gave
to
2
you.
players rounds of applause as well.
Yeah.
It's mad. I didn't feel comfortable doing that for Spurs players. But yeah, so listen, it sounds all well and good from your side. You know, it's Ange Hive, not Ange Hype, as VS was
love
saying.
Hold on.
I love that.
Was I not the Okay, this is what I'm saying. It's for
Now we're about to do
Let
that.
me
It's what the ranking managers do.
No, it doesn't. Forget about that. Again, like I said, that video was for content. Because if you actually look at the SDS prediction video that we did,
Yeah.
I said Spurs A are my surprise team this season.
AI.
I said AI.
AI.
No, but I actually thought Spurs, although they
AI.
were losing Kane, they were improving so much in terms of their manager, in terms of the squad as well. And, you know, it's a new season, new hope, that losing Kane wasn't just going to mean that 30 goals were not going to reappear somewhere else. Now, let's see, like you said, if you can maintain this throughout the season, there will be natural dips and stuff like that. But for me, I've always said just because a talisman of a team leaves doesn't mean that the team automatically
Gets
just
worse.
becomes worse, bro.
I remember seeing your tweet about you used a
The
few
Ewing
examples.
theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zlatan for me at Inter was the biggest example. The main guy lost, but the rest of the team kind of grew in stature and kind of found a way of replacing him.
I think that's where Spurs are going to be hit. That's where the dip is going to come.
Of
where
course.
Richarlison doesn't get the goals. If Son isn't firing on all cylinders. Kulusevski still first 2 games looks a little bit off, to be fair. I'm expecting big things from him. But if those front 3 don't start injecting some goals into this team, that's where it's going to be like, oh yeah, it's all good playing pretty football. Where's the execution type of thing? So we'll see how it goes.
You know what? I'm just going to say it because Man United fans are afraid for some reason.
I'm not afraid.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't know why.
I'm
but they're
waiting.
afraid. This is the truth now, yeah? And I'm going to break it down in terms where people can understand me.
Please do.
Yeah?
Same in terms.
Yeah.
It's
It's
very
gonna-
Do it
hard
in your
sometimes.
own
It's gonna
unique
break
way.
down. This Premier League is too big. The pitch is too big for Eric Ten Hag. Let me tell you.
Okay.
It's too he can't be coaching in the Premier League. It's too
Why?
much of a big job for him.
Why?
Like, look at it like this, yeah? Imagine all of us, everyone here, yeah? Hypothetically speaking, everybody here single, we go Cancun.
Okay.
I'm there.
Everyone's going Cancun.
Uh-huh.
Some people won't enjoy Cancun. Why? Because the pitch is too big for them. Faisal. We have to start off in Malta. We have to take him Napa. He has to start somewhere small before he goes to the big field.
Okay.
Eric Ten Hag, the Premier League is too big. Oh, what? Apart from Ajax, what did he
I
win? What,
think I'm starting
Shields?
to understand you.
He won a plate. He won plates in the Ajax league, bro. With Ajax, he won plates.
Yeah.
That's all he's won. He never lifted up a trophy with big ears or anything like that, bro.
Man,
They're
on something,
definite.
no?
No, this is the truth. This is the truth.
Listen.
How can you be Dutch and be dead?
Hey.
You can't be Dutch and be a dead manager.
Hey.
It doesn't work out like that.
Louis van Gaal. Greatness.
Renus
Advocat.
Michelle.
This
Renus
is-
Venus
Michaels.
Michaels.
Yeah.
Greatness.
Johan Cruyff.
Greatness.
As a player, how was he? Meaty. He went to Bergkamp.
He's
He
right.
went to Davis. He went to Overmars.
Tell him.
He weren't none of these guys.
Cook.
He weren't none of these guys.
Was he?
Mount Casemiro.
No, he wasn't.
No, listen. We know he wasn't. Mount
Fair
Casemiro.
though, De Boer was the Dutch.
I'm just laughing. Bro. This
No,
guy's-
but the ball was he was all right. He was an experiment in the Premier League. But listen. Mount Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. Yeah. You got a little youth that's dribbling into players.
I do think though.
No, Elias gonna get his time to speak. I know the
he
views.
will, he will,
The
he
views
will.
are all waiting for
we're
Elias to speak.
laughing,
He'll
but
get his
he's,
time to
I'm
we're
speak.
loaded,
laughing,
I'm
but
loaded.
he's actually hitting
Brother,
points here. I
he-
think it's for me, you know how much I love Ten Hag. You know how much I wanted him at
He's
Spurs.
not
I was
ready.
like,
He's not ready.
but
This is
I
too much.
genuinely think there have to be big questions asked on him at this
He's
point.
not ready.
And especially in that game as well. I think seeing that Wolves performance and then going for an unchanged team, like, bro, Have you learned nothing from the last 4 or 5 days? Garnacho, you're forcing him into this. Let's touch on the front line first, if anything.
Is
before
it
we
the
even move
worst
into
winger combo in the top 10?
Yes.
Disgusting.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That there, Garnacho, he's leaving him out there to dry. He shouldn't be starting
it's
game
not
in game,
fair.
especially when you've been experimenting with Sancho in the false line and all this. Rashford in the 9, cool. That one I'm blaming on Rashford, I'll be honest with you. I think Rashford's lack of development as a number 9, knowing he came into the team, is that people will say he was a 10 or whatever.
work.
You know you're going to play in this position, brother. Can you improve your link up? Can you improve your hold up?
Can you improve your mentality, please?
Can you press from the
Rashford
front?
off the ball? I'm getting ready to say what I want to say, but Rashford off the ball is an absolute disgrace. What I have seen these last 2 games is disgraceful.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about my man on the right.
Man on the right, we'll
number
get to.
21.
Yes.
That's what I'm calling him these days. He's not good enough. Garnacho is not ready. Rashford is not a question about ability or what he can or cannot do. It's mentality
Desire.
right now. What I am looking at from Rashford, who is a Manchester kid on 400,000 a week, disgraceful.
Yeah.
That the mentality that I've seen from him, the attitude, his shoulders dropping. Our guy on commentary on DR was saying maybe he just doesn't want to play with Garnacho and Anthony.
Yeah.
What the hell is that about,
What
bro?
does that mean?
Yeah, what the hell is that
for
about?
me, as you said, it should be like the second season into Ten Hag. He should be taking this dressing room by the scruff of the neck and saying,
It's his team.
This
It's
is
his
my team now, and
100%.
I'm going to lead it.
Yeah, I don't care.
But I'm not seeing that from Rashford, and it's going to be the classic thing of when he does go in his little purple patch, everyone will be like, oh, Rashford again. It's like moments like these, though, you have to look at your big players. And I'm sorry, as you said, 400 grand leading the line.
That's
now.
why he's not an elite player. He's
No,
he's
you love Oli.
a great talent who is capable of unbelievable patches, but this is why he's not an elite player, because
Yeah.
the consistency and the mentality is not there yet.
Yeah.
And we have to wonder now, when is it there?
Yeah.
Now, are you guys done?
And then for me,
We go
and
three more
then-
points.
and then
I'm loaded.
that front line and Ten Hag, those are my only questions. The midfield, I think there's way more bigger deal being made out of it. I do agree, but I think it's just 2 games. They will have time to improve that. But I would like to hear your thoughts on
how you going into
on
the
that
Premier League season with
performance,
that
on
front
Ten
three?
Hag,
It's mad
that
stuff.
front line, that midfield.
Apologize to Oli as well. Because the way we everybody disrespected Oli, but this
Look
guy.
at Ole's away record.
I'm letting you guys get
This
all
guy-
your words out. Go land, because when I speak, I don't want any interruptions.
No, it won't.
You guys say everything you have to say. Put it out there.
ETH,
I'm waiting.
Ethereum, he
Yeah.
needs to listen. I'm telling you now, it's too much. This is too big for him.
Before I let you
He's
go,
a start, go back to the
Keep
small
going,
part.
bro. Who's waiting?
I also want a performance analysis on your mate, your favorite left back, Luke Porg.
Look,
And the butcher as well.
are we done?
Okay, now
Go,
it's
go, go.
I'll let y'all speak for. How long are we in?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, unadulterated. Hey, I didn't interrupt you guys once.
there
I
you
let
go.
you land. Please, I ask for the same level of respect.
You got it. You got
Ladies and gentlemen,
it. Got it.
the SDS family,
They're all waiting for this one.
I am officially doing something I never thought I would do on this show. I am rescinding, on match day 2, my prediction for Manchester United finishing 3rd.
On match day.
I'm rescinding it.
Wow.
I'm rescinding it. Now,
Can I just quickly?
no, you can't. I let you speak for 15 minutes, unadulterated, brother. It's my turn to land.
Go.
Some people will consider me reactionary right now. Some people will consider that, you're a fake United fan. You're not backing the team when they need you most. I'm not trying to hear all of that. I've been seeing this team for the last 10 years. They've given me no reason to back them in moments like this, because it's yet another season. This guy's taking out a camera. It's yet another season starting off slow, starting out unfit, starting out unsharp. I value... The way I look at football, right? I think the reason, the thing I take the most pride in, right?
Smile for the camera, baby. He's actually trying to smile. You scum. Keep analyzing.
Let me say this, right? I take pride. This guy.
Let him talk.
I'll let you live.
We need it because this is a Hall of Fame moment.
I think it might be empty. I think it's. I think it's empty.
This is a Hall of Fame
Hey,
moment.
let me know when you guys are ready.
Go on, ready.
sorry.
Nah, honestly, the viewers are waiting for this.
Yeah,
Let them hear
we're
it.
just taking notes for our session. But go on.
I take pride, right, in the fact that the way I view the game, I think the reason why some people think, you know ball, or you get your predictions right, I say it as it is. When I see something, I don't try and get my biases get in the way. I just see it, and I think the sport is very simple. I think people overcomplicate it, but traditionally, I think whatever you're seeing most often is right in front of your eyes. So that's why I'm a little annoyed at myself today, because even in the prediction that we did, I kind of put out United's issues. I put out the fact that I wasn't comfortable with Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro because where's the guy really that can kind of slow down the game and control games? I didn't see that. I think it's very unbalanced. I look at the forward line. I even said, is there enough goals? It's very unproven and it's very uninspiring. And yet, for some reason, all of us, in fact, still put United third. And if I were to ask all four of those people, I could ask you right now, why did you put United third? I don't think you could probably tell me why. It was almost like, we saw them last season. They've improved a little bit, and we're just kind of comfortable putting them there. There's a lot of question marks about the other team. But you look at this team, and there are severe, severe question marks. I'll look at every single player you want me to name. I'll look at the manager, and I have question marks about them. Eric Ten Hag, we'll start with him.
Cool.
I'm a big Eric Ten Hag fan. I'm a guy that was on the record last season saying he's changed my life. I think he's come in and he's made a huge
That's where the
impact.
problem starts.
He's made a huge impact. And I still maintain, right?
Kid Cudi.
Last season, I think he made a big impact on United. I think he saved kind of a sinking ship, won them a trophy, got them third. For the squad that we had, it was nice.
Yeah.
But this season, every United fan will tell you that their hope and expectation for United going into this season is maintain their league position, but also we want to start seeing an identity of play. Because last season, we got third place, but it was very clear that he was kind of just making do with what he had. Drop the line deep, play counter-attacking football. That's not Eric Ten Hag football. That's not what we were sold on. This year, those excuses are not there anymore, brother. We want to see a style of play. We want to see the reason why we brought you in here. Otherwise, we might as well just get Conte or Allegri if we're going to play that style of football. I don't want to see that. He has brought in players. He has removed players that we all believed were kind of the reason why we weren't able to play that football. De Gea, Ronaldo, Maguire, Eriksen. You've brought in a few of your guys. Okay, the team still isn't completely yours, but please, coach. We've seen now Wolves, who have Gary O'Neill has been there for 2 weeks, showed up to Old Trafford and schooled us. Ange Postecoglou has been there for
2 months.
2 minutes. Schooled us. And even in the first game against Brentford, like you said, you at least see inklings. I am not seeing anything. And talk about Oli, I was a big critic of Oli. My biggest criticism of him was, what is your identity? It almost felt like he was just kind of like making it up as he went along just for the sake of results.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Eric Ten Hag, and I'm starting to creep towards the road of doubt. And once you start going down that road of doubt, it's a very, very nasty place that you're going towards, bro. It's a very nasty place.
Do you know what's about him as well is I think he's in a lose-lose situation this year with United because he's not going to win the title.
No, nowhere near.
If he doesn't compete for the title, it's seen as a failure regardless because he essentially has to either finish second and win Carabao Cup, FA Cup, because then if he doesn't win the domestic cups, it's seen as a backward step from last season. So I feel like this season he's almost caught in a rock and a hard place.
I don't think so.
I get what you're saying,
I think he could maintain similar to what he did last season. And like I said, just show us more in terms of the way we're playing. Last season, it was almost a chore,
I agree with
bro.
that fully.
And that's really, again, you look at the amount of money that we've spent, and this is, again, a huge criticism. Because, again, you talk about Oli. All these biggest fans, like Abs, for example, Abs would tell you, Oli couldn't play the way he wanted to play because he didn't really get a lot of his targets. He didn't get Rice, he didn't get Haaland, didn't get Bellingham. Those are fair complaints to make. Ten Hag has had his signings, bro. Anthony is his guy. I'll go on the record right now. That's one of the worst signings, not just in United history, in Premier League history. Which one? Anthony, number 21, right winger. He's not good enough. You look at who else? Eriksen.
I can't lie to you. Even him prioritizing Mason Mount this summer is going to be...
We'll get on to him because that's, again, you look at this midfield three, Casemiro, his signing, whether you want to call it a club signing or not, it was made under him. Bruno Fernandes is his captain, his guy that he gave a contract to right before he came in, and Mason Mount. That's his midfield three. So it's, again, it's not like Oli, for example, where you can say, he was stuck with McFred.
Yeah.
He handpicked this midfield three, bro. You have to die on the sword, bro.
Right, but do you know if that's his first choice midfield? Because as a manager, when you have targets, if you're first, sometimes you don't get your first choice.
I agree, but profiling.
Mount was prioritized.
Yes, I agree with you. Strangely enough,
this guy.
Those
three profiles are ones that he wanted, bro. So it's not like you can say, he wanted someone different. Even if he wanted someone different, it was going to be a Mount-esque player.
Same profile, yes.
100%. So now he has to make this midfield three work. And I told you on the pod, I have my concerns about that one, bro. Then you look at the defense, and this is my biggest issue with Ten Hag right now. I feel like he's stuck between two philosophies, bro. I feel like he wants to play the style that we saw at Ajax, where he builds up from the back, possession-based football. But then also, he wants to play this counter-attacking football. He wants to push the line up high. But the problem is, he has half the players that can play one style, half the players that can play the other style, and they can't play the other. So counter-attacking, you got Rashford, you got Bruno. Anthony can't play counter-attacking football. He kills counterattacks. Lisandro in that high line is getting cooked. I love Lisandro Martinez. But Cam was the first person to say it in big amounts of space.
Defending out wide.
It's not even defending out wide. Defending even runs in behind.
Yeah.
His legs are short,
He's
bro.
not quick.
He can't cover that amount of
ground.
ground.
Not as quick
so you're killing him as well, too. Casemiro, can he play in that amount of space? Probably not. And now you talk about, playing from the back, building up and stuff like that. Can Mount play that kind of role? Can Casemiro play that kind of role? Can Wan-Bissaka play that kind of role? So I feel like the players right now are lost in terms of what's the style of play. We're a year in 2 games, and we still do not know Manchester United's identity. That's a massive problem, bro.
Question though, if, and this is a big if, and this is maybe putting expectations and pressure on him before he's even played a single minute, but Højlund, if he comes in now, does that almost feel like not a breath of fresh air, but like a glue now, if that makes sense? Like you're saying, your team has a lot of counter-attacking players, and I think guys like Mount, Bruno, Rashford, they all benefit from that. But if Højlund, can bring the ball down, as he is big guy as well, that should improve the team technically.
Højlund will improve us again because another issue that we have.
Yeah.
And like you said, United should have really scored a few goals in the first half, and it's an issue that we had last season. This team is so bad in front of goal, bro. There is no decisiveness in front of goal. So hopefully. And it's another question mark because he's young and he's pretty unproven. Højlund can be that guy.
That about Isak,
He's
though.
just a Denmark.
Look how Isak turned out.
I know,
6 league goals in
my
that
point
league.
is we're relying on what? 19, 20-year-old to come in and basically save our season.
Bro, I'm hearing Kobe Mino proper. You lot are waiting for him.
We're relying on Kobe Mino to come in and save the season.
But the thing is, you guys, Evan Ferguson's 18. That wasn't a problem. You guys wanted Evan Ferguson. Liverpool is saying he would
100%.
rather spend twice the money on Evan Ferguson than he did on Højlund.
I agree.
He's 18, and you guys would say he's ready to play in the Premier League and
My
start.
thing is,
I think ready to start
think-
consistently with Brighton.
Huh?
Evan Ferguson's not even ready to
No, but do you remember that last season?
He is, but I just think it's the Zerbi.
Do you remember last season though? You lot started pretty poorly as well, and then the new signings kind of came, and it gave you that breath of
United
fresh
could
air.
still make top 4
I
this
feel
year.
like
I
now-
think it could still happen, but the problem is, bro, what's going to end up happening is Ten Hag is going to realize that this style of play is unsustainable.
Yeah.
He's going to revert back the type. He's going to push the defensive line back. We might scrape 4th or 5th, but that's not what United fans want to see, bro. We want to see someone like Arteta, for example, or Pep, or Klopp, who you see the style of play. We struggle through it, but we stick through it, and then eventually the players come in, and that style of play becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. If we're just going to revert the type
Right now,
every
you're not
single
even-
time, bro, what are we doing here, man?
Because you're not seeing him force that style of play upon these players, is what you're saying essentially.
I was coming here to make you cry and make you upset and stuff.
Can't make me
but
cry,
I
bro.
can't.
United already did that, bro.
Yeah, I can't. Everything he's saying is so correct. Højlund is not going to change Man United.
You think?
You don't think so?
Højlund has to be Erling Haaland to save Man United.
I
bro.
don't
Well,
he
not
got
save
today?
United, but it can make a difference.
What's he got?
Like, and here's the thing, you're saying like, I know you rescinded that top 4 shout, but
No,
I'm
top,
like,
I said third.
third.
United
Okay.
could still scrape top 4th or even 5th this year.
Because I'm looking at like, we'll get to Liverpool as well, but like, they're not bankers
Chelsea's
for
the
that.
same
Chelsea,
thing. But
they're
I'll
looking
tell
at
you right
and
now.
I've always said the top 4 is almost like the best of the worst. Always
be
gets
Spurs.
Let me
sent.
tell you this right now, bro. United's not a better team than Newcastle. United's not a better team than Newcastle.
Stay humble.
They're not a better team than Newcastle.
Nah, they're not.
And
No.
this midfield three, this is the
No,
final
no,
point
no.
that I want to make. I went to the FA Cup final, me and Liban, we were there against City. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, I remember Pep versus Mourinho, City versus United.
Yeah.
They always used to kill us with like the tiki-taka and the small technical players, but we had like the grown men, Pogba, Lukaku,
Physical.
Fellaini. And, you know, we could scrape a win at the Etihad once in a while
Yeah.
because of that. But I watched the FA Cup final, and not only did we get popped off the pitch technically, physically, we got bullied by them. Rodri, Akanji, Ake, Haaland, etc., etc. United, it's the same thing against Spurs. Sarr, Bissouma ran them off the pitch. Wolves, the same thing, ran them off the pitch. United has a very weak team technically. The technical security of the team is garbage. But physically, they are levels behind some. Most
I
seasons
don't
in the league.
want to be the guy that brings Arsenal in, but that was literally us a couple years
Yo.
ago, and you see the difference
You know
in
what,
our
that's
physicality
actually-
now.
Yeah.
It's a big difference, and it is a true point.
Bro,
man.
we are going to
I
get
didn't
run
even
off the
think
pit.
of that.
We're going to go to St. James's Park with that midfield three and get
Oh.
ran off the park. We're going to go to the Etihad and get ran off the park. We're going to go to the Emirates and get ran off the park. Anfield, get ran off the park. This team is not strong enough physically, athletically, to compete with the big teams in the
Like
league.
when I think of even your lineup on the weekend, I'm like, Casemiro is the only one who you could probably trust. Mount, I'm sorry, got bodied by Sarr. and
And even
Sarr's
Casemiro can't keep up with the speed right now, bro.
Yeah.
He can't.
The thing is, that the Casemiro comes in, I know they're doing like a deep dive on like Monday Night Football or whatever, but
He's on an
do you
island.
think it's, that's what I was going to say, do you think it's a thing of he's expiring right before our eyes and like last year was the last good Casemiro year you got? Or do you think it's a tactical thing and Ten Hag's leaving him out to dry,
I think
essentially?
it's a little bit of both, right? Like,
Painful
definitely he's getting screwed over because there isn't a defensive midfielder on the planet. Maybe Declan Rice in terms of covering ground that could cover Mount and Bruno, the amount of space they're leaving behind him. But also, bro, this guy on the ball is kamikaze, man. Honestly, some of the passes, he's one of the laziest passers in the league, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, and that's the problem too. When you leave that much space in front of the 10s and the number 6, that number 6 has to be extremely secure on the ball because, bro, he's the guy popping it into these guys,
Yeah.
bro. he's not careful enough, comfortable enough on the ball to be that kind of guy, man.
And man was saying last year after he scored a couple goals, why were Real Madrid hiding him behind Kroos and Modric?
I always said Rodri is better than this guy.
He should have played further forward for Madrid.
It happens to Brazilian DMs.
Fabio,
They'll have one good. They'll have a good season. Straight after that season, they're unrecognizable. No,
Sandro,
it happens.
we had it as well.
They had it. Sandro, Gilberto Silva. It happens, bro. Like these things happen.
Hey, you're cooking today.
It happens.
This is making me sweat, by the way.
And let's talk about their new.
Sweating, bro. This shit is hot.
That's the bad energy coming out of you right there, B.
And for example, no, that's how you know I'm cooking.
I'm
I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Oh god.
Yeah. Man United's new striker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Højlund.
Højlund's not gonna come and change. Like for me, I've seen quite a few of his games. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Not
and
impressed?
I'm not really impressed. Like international level, I'm
He
impressed.
hasn't played a game yet.
No, international, I'm impressed. For
No,
Denmark,
I was gonna say, I'm not
6
gonna
and
lie.
6.
I'm not gonna lie. Scandinavian football stepping up.
Yeah,
We got Haaland versus Højlund versus Isak. I'm not gonna lie. If Højlund turns out to be good, I'm just saying we got some good.
he's
forwards
not
in
Isak.
Scandinavia.
He's not Isak. No, I'm telling you now, he's not gonna be Isak, bro.
No, I'm just saying if he's.
You know what's funny though,
decent-
because I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna talk about his goal record at Atalanta. He only scored 9 goals. But let me tell you this: Isak, the season before he came from Sociedad to what is it? Newcastle? How many
6
goals did he score in the
goals.
league?
6
6 goals, bro, in like 32 appearances.
And he had
Two was
Odegaard.
against
and
Two
Højlund.
was against Real Madrid.
And he had Odegaard in his
Two
team.
was against Real Madrid. Two against Real Madrid.
Hey, he knows that. That's good.
Two
man.
was against Real Madrid. They won 4-2.
Oh,
Like, come on, bro.
his research.
Like, it's different.
Hey,
different.
when it comes to
cooking, bro.
Eritrean players, he's ready this season. This season,
Fool's cooking, bro.
hey, this season he's
Everything
ready.
Liz,
No,
look,
he
everything,
actually keeps a track of a minute every flight time an Eritrean player scores.
Everything Leah said.
No, he's actually kept,
Read that.
he's actually kept notes.
He's got notes.
Look what time I wrote that. So you know it's not
Hey, he's serious.
Read
this
it
year.
out.
No patterns of play. Players look lost. No team press. He said Anthony
You know more
Rashford
ball than
Garnacho
Dave,
won't work. Mount Bruno Casemiro won't work. I am now starting to doubt if Ten Hag is even Dutch. I don't know if he said that. Yo, this guy's special.
He's got
Let me finish
notes.
it off by saying this.
God.
Eric Ten Hag, I'm not asking for you to be sacked. I'm
We are.
writing out with a project.
Yeah.
I
have
still
to.
believe
Question,
in the
though.
guy.
Well, there's no project.
Hold on.
There's no project.
Let me
Before
finish.
album, he has to drop mixtapes. He's got no mixtapes.
But I
There's nothing.
will say this: I am dangerously close to really starting to have major doubts about this guy.
Yeah.
Bro. Like I said, there's a road of doubt. Once you start going down that road, it never ends.
Do
well,
you
bro.
think there becomes a situation where, I don't know, things go so south this season that his job becomes under threat? Or do you think it's a thing where the United board are actually willing to give him this? Because they did with Ollie. With Ollie, it was like, yo, take as much time as you need.
But
We trust you as the
Ollie
manager.
finished third in his first season, and then second season. It was only that's the thing with the United board. Top 4 is the objective for them. They don't really
Okay.
have title aspirations, in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
opinion. But top 4, get that
crazy how the mighty have fallen, innit?
Champions League money, and the Glazers are happy. The minute you start falling out of that, Van Gaal was sacked when he missed the Champions League. Mourinho was sacked when he missed the Champions League. Moyes, obviously.
Yeah.
Ollie as well. That's really where managers' jobs... They don't have this Arsenal mentality of like, oh, you can miss the Europa League or miss the Champions League 3 seasons in a row. Let's stick with it. They won't do that, bro.
Yeah, no, fair.
All right, listen.
I like
It
the
worked
straight
out for us
still.
eventually, though.
I want to talk about Anthony, by the way. I know Ilias wanted me to talk about Anthony.
Yeah.
Yo,
Talk about
guys,
Anthony, go on.
I told y'all, man, honestly, anybody still buying this guy's stocks or still saying we need to see more, trust your eyes, guys. Trust your knowledge of the game. Trust what you are seeing in front of your TV.
Do you know
week
what's
in,
mad
week
about
out,
him
bro.
as well? Yeah, I liked him a lot at Ajax. I thought
I don't
when
know
Ten
why, by
Hag,
the way.
no, bro, if you saw him at Ajax, he looked very different to
Even his
what.
comps for me didn't move me, bro.
Bro, go watch his.
Nah,
He wasn't quite Ziyech and Neres and them guys. Like,
bro,
I
he
hear
was
it.
the one.
But for me, I thought
but he wasn't
here's the
quite-
thing though. I thought there was room for growth still. That's the problem. I think since coming to United, I always knew he was never going to live up to the 100 mil tag. But I thought at least you could get a quality Premier League winger. Bro, at this point, I'm not even sure he's ever going to be given a
crazy
chance.
thing is, bro, you guys were chasing Sancho for how many years? You spent a lot of money for him. Spent a lot of money for him. If he was so great, you wouldn't have bought Anthony. But because to replace Sancho or to give another position, you spent crazy money on Anthony. He's been crap as well. What is going on?
He's one of the
You
worst
can't be
players.
Brazilian and be called Anthony.
Exactly.
Hold
Should've
on.
known
There's
that.
Brazilians called Fred. There's I don't agree with that.
Exactly.
One.
He was not good.
He was not
good. Exactly.
Is Joe? Was Joe?
That man was
Joe.
calling Brazilian names. That's
Anthony, like if they got these names, they don't.
You're right, actually.
It needs to be a O.
Fred Leo was kind of cold, bro.
You need to have an O.
decent.
You know what I mean?
1 year.
Ronaldo,
Then he became big man.
Rivaldo, Robinho,
Yeah.
Ronaldinho,
Adriano.
Pato.
Roberto Carlos.
Roberto. Like you need that, fam.
Casemiro.
Yeah.
Fabinho.
Fabinho.
Yeah.
You need these things. Fred. Anthony, come on, it doesn't work like that. He's
He's not wrong. I
Yo,
can't
he's
lie.
not wrong.
He's
You're not
spitting,
busy.
There's a
bro.
method. There's a method.
I've
to
never
the
agreed
madness.
with food as much of my life as this, but yeah, bro. Honestly, one of the. Everyone should be able to see it now, bro. This guy is not good. He's not good, and the problem is because he's Ten Hag's guy, because he costs 100 million. We're just gonna stick with him.
Force it.
Please,
yeah.
the whole Anthony
Force
thing
it.
feels
That's-
like Pepe for us.
Bro, I feel like
He's
that's-
worse than Pepe.
70 million.
He is
Yeah,
worse than
yeah,
Pepe.
Bro, I feel
Anthony
like
is worse
that's
than
gonna
Pepe.
be his killer though. Is the fact that it's his
Fact.
guy and his signing.
Yeah,
He's almost gonna force it that you have to work at, and it's gonna be
That's
the
where
death
they're gonna
of him.
fail.
Yeah.
That's where they're gonna fail.
What
That's
kind
where
of
he's gonna
what
fail.
era are we in football, guys? That we look at wingers and it doesn't bother us that they can't beat their men, that they can't even go on the outside. How far gone are we from football that that's just acceptable now, bro? Honestly, what the hell is this? I'm telling you,
I love it when Leas gets into dictating.
people.
This is how the game should be played,
Bro,
guys.
it's not about how the game should be played. This is just life, bro. Wingers, take on your man, please.
Hey.
Go on the outside, please. This guy, all he can do is cut inside. And every defender on the planet knows he's gonna cut inside.
Play him on
He
the
has
left
no
wing then.
explosiveness to him, bro.
Play him on the left wing if
He's,
you wanna
he's
make him go
a
outside.
fullback's dream defensively. Bro, he's the easiest player in the world to defend.
Yeah, I can't lie.
He-
Destiny, barbecue
Come on,
chicken.
bro. He kept trying to do that move where he receives
Barbecue.
the ball and then like spins immediately.
Shoved
Get
it.
the hell out of here,
Get
man.
out of here,
Do you
man.
think him and Eric Ten Hag argue in the change room about that?
I have no idea, bro.
They dance together. You see him, Licha, and they dance together. I
Hey,
expect.
listen, blonde hair,
But-
neck
Well, so you're
tattoos.
practicing. This is just
There you go.
practice.
It's not looking good, bruv.
There
For
you go.
them man
true.
there.
There's a
Blonde
trend.
hair, neck tattoos.
Before we move on to the next game, which involves a man with blonde hair and neck tattoos, we got a Spurs fan called Silva is taken. A couple of notes he said. So let's see if you agree with it for Ad. He said, as the game was getting more physical, Tottenham began to thrive, as he was saying as well, winning a lot of the 50-50 balls with some players, in brackets Richie, dribbling or passing out of the United press. One consistent player was Pape Matassa. He was balling out and showed his grown man strength. P.S. Ten Hag is hot ass with his subs, but don't forget Fernandes because he continued his crying, which got him a deserved booking.
Yeah. Here's another thing on Ten Hag. I have so much to say. I'm so sorry. I don't want to make this a whole man.
That's so good.
Why is it? And this is stretching back to last season. I think I brought up this point.
The subs.
Why are we the worst second half team in the league, bro? Every single second half,
The drop off.
It was so many times last year where we played really well in the first half. We come out in the second half looking like hot ass. The intensity completely drops.
Yeah.
You have to look at the manager. What are you saying at halftime, bro? Why are the intensity and fitness levels completely falling off the pitch? At some point, bro, you can't keep looking at the players. That has to be on the coach.
Do you blame the preseason for these?
Yes, you are. We put 6 past them in the second half last season.
Yeah, it's true. Second half.
And you know what?
he's
if
actually
you remember,
sitting.
if you remember when we lost 7-0, I was actually like defending United. I was saying, you know what, this is just a one-off game or whatever. I'm more critical after this game than I was after that because at least last season, I kind of looked at it. I was like, okay, it was a fluke second half.
Do you
this
think
is a
though
problem?
that for the first 2 performances are off the back of the preseason as well? Because a lot of your players didn't turn up to the last game, pretty much.
Who?
A lot of your players for preseason. The
I think
first
most
team
of
is
them
Mount.
were there for most of the
If I'm not
preseason,
mistaken,
bro.
Mount was pretty.
Mount played the entire
Yeah,
preseason.
yeah. He
played
was
the
the only
start.
one that pretty much played the entire preseason.
When we came to the US, look, you look against Arsenal. Rashford played, Bruno played, Anthony played. They all played, bro.
Sancho
Casemiro played
played.
the second half. Yeah, they all played, bro. They all
You
played.
played 2 teams though. They played 45 minutes each. You changed.
Because I thought a lot of your players had returned late and only turned up for the last 2 games, which is
Yeah,
why
it
their
was a lot of
fitness
the
is
time. It was like
struggling.
the second team would play the second
That's what I'm
half
saying.
or
So it's
whatever.
like you didn't play
But
much.
still, bro,
Fam, they
no
played,
other
fam.
team.
But
in
my
the-
thing is, what I'm saying is, are they finding their fitness in these early games? Some of these players potentially.
I don't know
Which
why.
is why you're seeing that drop off. I know second half of last season there was no excuse for it, but I'm just thinking in these early games, maybe
I don't think so.
I'm
Listen,
not
this
sure
is
why.
normal.
Yeah. They, bro, everyone
This
plays
is
preseason,
normal.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is normal for them. They done it last season. They played the same way. Boom.
There you go, man. Let's
Leah's
move
ain't
on.
giving no blies today, boy.
If you want that, you go to Abs. You go to Abs Busquets. You go to Liban London. They'll give you all that shit yourself, bro.
He's sending shots today. I leave our labs. We want a diss track.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. If it gets bad with United, if it keeps getting bad, we're gonna have a lineup purely of the Man United fan base. We're gonna have an emergency meeting. We're gonna have Lias here, Liban there, and Albus gets
I'm
right.
sick of it, bro.
We're gonna hear each of their opinions and all their differences and
Nah,
similarities.
man, I'm sick of it, bro.
But-
10 years I've had to deal with this shit, bro. Abs is a new fan, bro. He hasn't been through as much as I have, bro. Honestly, me, I've seen this team be shit for 10 straight years, bro. I know the
You
sinners
gotta let
before
Yang
that.
talk to you like this, Abs.
I feel your pain, bro.
Bro, I'm tired,
I
man.
feel your pain.
I'm
We've done it the other way
tired.
around. Look at the shit. The last 10 years, we're getting better now.
Well, I had the,
Bro.
you had the last 10 years, the
But
next
at
10 years.
least, bro, you were in school celebrating stuff.
Bro.
I was in school in pain. I would stop
That's
you
what
in
I'm
a
saying.
heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying.
not gonna
Abs didn't even see the good years. Liban is too old and he already forgot the good years. That's the problem here, bro. I'm in the middle. I remember all this shit, bro. That's crazy.
All right, let's move on right now. We got West Ham versus Chelsea, 3-1 at the London Stadium. You were at the
sweating,
game.
by the way. Yeah, yeah,
You were at the
yeah,
game,
yeah.
so you can give us your opinions there as well. Before we speak about, actually, I've got a voice note I want to play to you guys.
Where's it
from a Chelsea fan, because I don't have a Chelsea fan on the table, called Sugar Sean.
Oh,
Some of you might know who he is. He sent the voice notes. I wanted to hear his opinions on the game. Let's hear what he got to say.
Yo, my guys, Sharks, Fu, Lias, Fuad, big fan of the pod. Just here to give my opinion on the Chelsea game yesterday, the disaster class had to witness. I'll start with Poch. Poch has been giving me this 5 at the back stuff for the first 2 games. All pre-season, this brother's been giving me 4 at the back. All this attacking football, yeah, all these positive pulls. Nah. I don't care if I'm a negative Nancy. I'm bringing it. Oh, this super expensive team. For what? Poch to bring me back to the depression days. Believe in the process. All this money to be spent to go fund me for a Strasbourg, and I'm left here with Levi jeans and like Axel disaster class to not cope with one ball over the top from Mikel Antonio. Michael Jackson's nephew up front does everything but score, like Havertz and Werner did. I ain't had a shooter since Diego Costa. Like, what the hell is this? Not to mention my superb £220 million midfield of Enzo, who can't put away a penalty, and Caicedo, whose performance makes probably the top 3 worst cameos ever, behind Bakayoko at Watford and Fuizzi's at Pass the Ball TV.
He's not finished. He's not finished. That was a good one. He's not finished.
And you lot paused it as well. And you paused it.
I had to. Everyone was laughing. I want to hear the rest of it.
Cold. I can't lie. That's a cold one.
If you guys don't know what happened with Fuizzi at this Pass the Ball TV reference, I'm gonna play I'm gonna play a clip right now quickly.
Have you got your whistle?
Forgot everything.
Guy, come off injured. Hey.
Nah, you, bro.
2 minutes, you're already limping. What's this? Huh?
I don't know what happened, man.
Now you deserve that.
You gonna have that?
There you go. No, because basically we're all in the same team. Fuizzi wasn't meant to play with us. He got some boots. He came on and
Let us
he
down.
got injured and came back off. All right, let's finish off this voice note. There's like 10 seconds left.
They told me Mace was the problem. To give the captain's armband to Graham Potterson, the boy who lived by is never fit to play. Try to carry us to the promised land. Anyways, love the show, Sharks. P.S. Fuizzi don't know ball.
He's on you.
Aye.
This guy's good. This guy's good, man. He should be on the pod. Yeah. This guy's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw how's my performance been?
So far, very
Today.
good. This is your
Today,
this
this
MVP
season,
performance.
I'm
bro.
not gonna lie.
You know what?
This season, you're coming.
Thank you.
You're gonna shake his hand after he aired your highlights like that.
No, but listen,
Had to,
yeah,
had
it's
to,
true,
had
it's
to.
true.
The reference,
Listen
they didn't get the
to this,
reference.
content anyway, like what you said. Alright, listen to this. You know why he's angry? You know why he's always saying my name?
Yeah.
You know what I clocked?
Yeah.
Because yesterday Chelsea had open trials. I said it on Twitter. Chelsea had open trials.
He did.
He went to the open trials, and they said, you know what?
I saw the
We need
tea.
someone like you. But then Blems fell out his pocket. And they said, no, you have to go yard. Blems came out his pocket. Just say it's not mine. Just say it's not mine.
Blems on cigarettes.
I'm weak.
Nah, but he was spitting on
There
that.
we go. So that was a Chelsea fan's opinions in summary about that game. Obviously, he's not happy right now. But you were at the game, Lias.
Yeah.
So first, give West Ham praise, obviously. James Ward-Prowse.
Oh yeah.
What a debut. I'm not going to lie. I looked at him and I was like, it just makes sense. West Ham.
Yeah.
He looks like a West Ham
Lob
player.
City.
Like, it just works.
Lob
City's a good
City,
one.
bro.
Assists.
Lob City.
2 assists. And his first, is he a FPL player
He
potentially?
might be, bro, because especially Moyes' ball. I was seeing them linked.
He'll
to
be their penalty taker surely
I
as
was
well.
seeing him linked to En-Nesyri,
Paqueta.
the best header on the play. If they get En-Nesyri with Ward-Prowse,
And Nesri.
I call him Aaron Nesri,
Yes.
bro. How about that?
Nice.
That would literally be the most cash money David Moyes partnership since like I don't even know Baines and
Fellaini and
Fellaini,
Cahill.
bro.
Yes.
Honestly, imagine making Maguire too, bro. This is Lob City, like you said. Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan.
Two
Right
check,
there.
yeah. Every corner. Is
check,
that,
yeah.
every
Bro,
throw in.
nice.
Oh my, dude, Aguero.
Yeah. Safe.
And hold on, let me just say this: Mikel Antonio.
Hey, give him respect. Because there's been too
Talk
much
your shit on your
disrespect
pod
here.
this week.
Clinic,
Yes.
bro. That was a center forward clinic.
Wow.
The way he bullied Disasi, Colwell, and Thiago Silva.
Bro, he took turns.
We were talking about Thiago Silva last week. Oh, yo, he could still ball at 40 years old. Hey, Antonio killed him, bro. So that was a clinic.
And it's the way he did it as well, yeah. It's almost like he targeted Disasi first. Let me get the big one, show him physically. Then I'm going to come see the old man, and then I'm going to come dunk on the young buck. He literally took it. What's the meme with the ghost that's going door by door? He did that shit to all of the centre-backs. I said, he literally, one man occupied the back three. You got to.
And that's the thing with Antonio. We've always known him, bro. It's always been the goal scoring for him. But in terms of, I saw Chelsea a few years ago come to West Ham. He demolished Rudiger, bro. He bullied Rudiger. So we know Antonio, his back to goal plays.
That's,
And I
that's
think-
almost when he performs at his best. He's those kind of players. He needs that battle.
Physical.
He needs tough.
Do you know what's mad?
He's, he's the strongest player in the
I
Premier
thought
League.
Chelsea in the first half, though, were playing good football and actually dominating. I thought, I was like, yo, it's going to be their game.
Sterling was
then
really good.
Sterling
Really,
was
really good.
rolling back the years. There was one point where he did like a 100-meter sprint and everyone just did the mannequin challenge. I just watched him just blow through into the box. I said, bro, he's rolling back the years. But West Ham just slowly turned it into their game. And as it got more and more into that physical, ugly set pieces, they just said, all right, this is our house now.
Yeah.
Boom. 1, 2, 3. And it was, by the time the third goal had come in, heads were gone. Heads were so far gone. But
And the thing is, West Ham, they went down to 10 men, and Chelsea really didn't pose much of a problem, bro. West Ham were very, very
I
comfortable.
can't lie to you. You see, after they went down to 10 men, Lucas Paqueta,
And I think
well played. That's your brother right there. I normally, you know what I'm like. I was even,
Guys, a
I
lot
was
of
even
round
on
of applause
Twitter.
today, you know?
Yeah, listen, I was even on Twitter like, yo, this guy's diving around. I didn't see the plan.
Bro.
There was method to the madness. That Caicedo performance doesn't happen without him.
It's true.
He single-handedly saw, new boy here. I'm going to give you the day of your life today. There was one point where he kicked it off him. Caicedo's giving him some random thumbs up like, bro, your head is gone.
you know when I knew his head was gone?
Paqueta had him in a blender.
When full-time whistle went,
He's praying.
and he said, made dua.
It's too late.
The game's done. He said, give me add
Man was
extra 3
asking for
minutes.
forgiveness for that
Well,
stinker.
I want to go. I should have went Liverpool. Chelsea, you know what Chelsea's become? You know, a retirement home for young kids.
Under 23 retirement.
Become for a retirement home for young kids.
Well,
That's it.
8-year contracts. By the time they're
true.
finished, they are technically ready for retirement.
Honestly, yeah, you give a 23-year-old a 9-year contract.
mad.
I ain't never got to grind a day in my life, bro. I made it. I'm set. Mama, I made it.
Bro,
Lavia, was he even on the sub bench?
Nah, he didn't come on.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
yeah.
It's a retirement home for young kids.
yes.
I like what you said about Paqueta though. The Paqueta, I played a very good game, no doubt about it. But the reason I like Paqueta is I love that kind of player. He's like a maverick, bro. He has the poise and the character to kind of sit on the ball, and while a lot of players, they receive the ball and like it's almost like alarm bells go on in their head, he kind of has the poise to play the game at his own tempo. And like you said, bro, he took Caicedo for a spin, bro. He took Chelsea the last 10 minutes. He was just wasting time.
Come.
Here,
Yeah.
Little back heels
Little
here,
triangles.
kick it off your
Yeah.
shin, bro. It's just a masterclass in shithousery, bro. I like players like that, honestly.
And I think,
player, man.
low-key, I don't even think he's always classed as like a 10 right winger.
He's
I
an
actually-
A, bro. I'm telling you, and
He's a
that's why,
midfielder,
and that's
bro.
why,
He's a box
and that's why
to box
City wanted him
midfielder,
as a Gundogan replacement, bro.
Yeah.
Because he kind of plays that deeper
Bro, he's
role.
got dog in him.
Yeah, he's got some dog in him. He's a
Yeah.
good progressive passer, and he has an eye for goal too, bro.
I'm not the biggest fan of him, but after that performance, I was like, yeah.
He
you got some
deserves,
respect.
yeah.
You got some respect
He
from me,
definitely
boy.
deserves respect for that performance.
That's one of the worst debut cameos though I've ever seen in my life by Caicedo.
Jonathan
Yeah,
Woodgate.
Oh,
He's knocking on the door.
I'm so happy.
He's knocking on the Jonathan
I'm
Woodgate
so
door.
happy.
Are you so happy? Why is
so
that?
happy.
Why is that?
We saved M's. We saved M's. Imagine. How vexed I'll be spending 150 million and we done that.
Well, they're already losing 2-1 anyways.
I don't care.
Please
Was
change,
the last
please
one?
change the
I can't
game.
lie.
Hey, when
you
Pogba
come on-
cost 89
when you-
million,
yeah.
please
No,
score,
come on
please
and
assist,
just
please
do
create.
Yeah, but
Do the
they
job.
spent that much money on, like Liban said, on a
Shots.
tackler. Was it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
please win the ball.
He's gonna.
Come on and do the job.
But
Just
you
do the
want
job.
to
You don't
come
need
on and get a goal or assist at
No,
the
you
end.
don't need to score. Do
That's
the
nice,
job.
bro.
But
Just do the
win
job.
your tackles.
He didn't do
Don't
the
tackle
job.
in the penalty box, please.
Yeah.
Please win your tackle.
Yeah.
Do the job. Come on and just do the job.
I hear
I'm
it.
happy.
I
Listen,
think Caicedo
Liverpool
was
fans-
really good, right? I
Yeah.
think he's a great
We-
player. I tweeted it before. I'll say it now. That does not make sense to me spending that amount of money on a player like that. Maybe
It
it's because
doesn't.
I'm not used to like the new market and the new how much you spend on players these days.
Yeah.
But in my head, breaking the Premier League record on a transfer on a defensive midfielder
that's
who's
mad.
technically his best traits are winning the ball back and passing it to more talented players, that will never sit right with me. Because if he costs 115 million, how much is Evan Ferguson going to cost? How much is
150.
Mitoma going to cost? They're going 200, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It don't make sense. to
Broke
me.
the market. But
But he's a very good player, and he'll get better for sure.
Oh yeah.
No, I've seen it
That
happen,
that is
bro.
definitely one of the
I've
worst
seen
things,
it
but it can
happen.
only get better from
He's a
it.
good, he's a good
You
player.
don't think that? I've seen it happen when you go Chelsea, bro. I've seen it. They took our kid. They took the kid.
Took El Nino as well.
El
Almighty.
Nino.
This-
They took him and destroyed him. He was he could have been the greatest goal scorer in the Premier League.
Yo, Liverpool fans are too happy about
They
it.
took
I
him
can't
and
lie
what
to
did
you.
they
They're
do?
too
Craziest
much.
What did they do to him?
It was almost like day one.
So what?
Yo, relax.
Enzo Fernandez.
What about him?
In November, December last year, what were people saying about Enzo Fernandez?
What were people saying last week?
What were people saying about Enzo Fernandez?
Last
play.
week, he's not the match.
No, he's going to be the best.
Oh,
He's
best.
one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.
Of course, yeah.
He
After the
came
World
out
Cup.
What's that? What has he got? 2 assists since January?
I don't know, but it's not really his game, to be fair.
I don't care if it's not in his game.
can't do
It's
this.
not good enough, bro.
What are you saying? Give him the Pogba treatment.
He was
We
the
need goals and assists.
We need goals. He was the world. He was the. He held the
He's going
transfer
to be the more
record, bro.
advanced of the
Oh,
three though
definitely,
now.
definitely.
Casado and Lavia, when they play, obviously, I think
No one's happy
shackles
with
are
him,
off.
fam.
Can
They're
I
just making bread.
ask you guys a question? I
Just
look.
making bread, fam. They're just making
Chelsea
bread.
have spent 800 million since what, January, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We won't consider the money they spent on Aubameyang. And we'll say since January, there's a new Chelsea era. They spent 800 million. When you look at their team, and you can even add Nkunku in there because he's going to be a starter when he's back. You look at Chelsea's strongest team possible.
Yes, I like it. I like it on paper.
I can't
How
like-
much do you
yeah.
like it?
The thing is, I'm
I like it all
I'm
but
not.
the
I'm known
attack.
publicly.
I'll say
Like
that.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't like Chelsea. You know? I dislike them more than I dislike Spurs. Right, but this squad they have obviously is not working yet. But it's one of the most exciting squads
I
I've
can't
ever.
lie. I'm the
I
same
like
boat.
it.
I look at it.
I like it. Like you said,
Like the
bro,
back
I'm
line.
real, it doesn't
For
move
me,
me.
If you said the best, okay,
Stop.
you said if the best,
David-
said the best team, bro. They've got the best fullback partnership in the Premier League, I think, if they're both fit.
Who's that?
James
You
and
can't.
Chilwell.
No.
James and
You know
Chilwell.
what?
Centre back
This-
options. Look at
Loads centre back
This
options.
season is so important for Reece James. I'm letting you know now. Because if nothing happens this season, I don't want to hear people call his name again, man. That's it,
I know
done.
it's not. He's not reliable. It's
yeah,
not
people
reliable.
That's why they
comparing
got
him
Gusto
and
now.
Trent.
He's not
Let's
reliable,
stop it
man.
now.
Gusto looks shaky,
You
by
can't-
the way.
If you're not reliable, you can't be. You
Shaky,
You know
can't
what
be
you
up
heard?
there.
You know what
Really
you heard?
bad.
You know what you heard? The best people say all the time. The best ability is availability.
No,
Yeah, he's not
this
available.
is true, fam. You know,
Nah,
he's
he's
not
right, he's
available.
right.
He's not available. But like you said, if everyone's fit, Reece James and Chilwell, they are. They're
They're
the new
good.
Trent
They're
and
good. James is really
Robinson.
good.
They're not the new. You can't say that. No. That is so rude,
But to be fair, but they're both goal scorers.
Who?
James and Chilwell.
fam.
They're like the best attacking players. As
His
well.
hamstrings like this.
They are. They're
Yeah.
His hamstrings like this.
I don't know.
Fam, he hasn't got proper muscle.
No, I get what you're saying.
Lavia,
I think-
Enzo, Caicedo, like, where's the, like, for me, if Enzo is your most advanced of the three, I don't know, bro. I think Enzo is good in the two where he's the more advanced. But if Enzo is the most advanced of Caicedo and
long
Lavia,
day.
yeah, bro. And then you look at the attack, and it's a lot of what ifs. Mudryk, what if? Jackson, what if?
I think that's the problem with their attack is there's too much potential. There's
team is
there's
sound
no
good
yeah
on paper,
there's
but
no
it's gonna work.
there's no real outside of Thiago Silva. I feel like there's a lack of leaders there and there's a lack of proven world class talent. And Sterling's the only senior one up top essentially. And we saw yesterday if that is Sterling trying to drag his team out, the rest can't kind of keep up. So.
I think if they had brought in Olise and if they had brought in maybe
Yes.
Cherokee, that's when for me you're looking
Yes.
now at more top end
hear
talent
what I
because that's where I think Chelsea are missing. They're missing top end, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe the players that they have, Mudryk could develop into that. But
Even
in terms
Nico
of,
Jackson could develop into
yeah,
that,
maybe.
but not there yet.
I'm talking about top end talent. I don't see it really. Madueke is a nice player, but like, is he that guy? Not for me. Diassi, he's a decent player, but is he that guy? Not for me. So I don't know. Robert Sanchez is your goalkeeper. Chelsea, for as much money as you've spent, I'm not really moved by the team right now.
I've said
bro.
the attack and the goalkeeping lets them down, which is why
I think they just signed a new keeper now as well.
Yeah,
the States,
but he's gonna be backup, I think.
From the States.
America, fam.
He's Serbian, but he's Serbian, but for DC
That was
United.
for a prank. That was for a
I don't even want
prank.
to hear Donny's name.
What he said
What did he say?
was that's it. After that, we shouldn't be talking about Chelsea again.
Okay, what was it?
They don't have leaders.
Yeah.
They're buying all these people, but they're not buying leaders.
The captain's Reece James. He doesn't speak.
They're not buying leaders.
And
It's true.
That's true. No, you're right.
What, you're going to give team
and-
talks from getting a massage?
And mind you, that's been an issue for like a couple
it's
of
not
years
gonna
now.
work,
Since
fam.
Aspie's been wearing the armband as well. After him, it was Thiago Silva. After that, who was it? They
no
like for
one.
a few years, Chelsea have had a lack of leaders, and this is from a dressing room that is historically known for having such a strong leadership.
Oh my
Managers
God.
can go and
Chelsea,
the dressing room will pick
so
up.
Chelsea,
They
we
started
talked John Terry, but when they had
Lampard.
the players won the Champions League.
Bro.
Drogba, Lampard, John.
They had like-
before that,
Even they made the
before
Champions
that,
League
bro.
final.
When-
Avram Grant.
Wait.
Before that, Dennis
Before
Wise,
that.
Dennis
Go on,
Wise,
this is your
Gus
time.
Poyet.
This is your time.
Ray Wilkins. Tell us about Ray Wilkins in them.
You shut it as well, yeah.
You can tell us about this thing.
Go on.
Rude Hillett.
Peter Osgood, yeah? Legendary.
Peter Osgood.
Oh, bro.
Hey, it was a team full of like 11 international
That's Saeed,
captains,
Bro, they had every international
Makelele.
captain.
Bro.
You're right.
Bro,
They're
that's
every
Saeed.
single one.
And even though like Dennis Wise is a big character, that's Saeed. Like I said, Gus Poyet.
Now there's just a lack of those.
Like these are big
There was a
characters.
point with
bro,
Chelsea,
Zola.
their late 2000s
Yeah.
teams, like they had
Hasselbank.
6 different captains for their national teams, bro.
Johnson.
Drogba, Ivory Coast, Terry, Shevchenko, he was
Ballack,
bad, but yeah,
Germany.
Ballack, bro, Czech for Czech Republic.
Essie and Ghana.
Czech spoke five
They were
languages.
literally all captains for their respective national teams, and like you said, bro, forget about the Champions League they won. They went to the Champions League final with Avram Grant. He didn't bring them the Champions League final.
No.
It was the players.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
this
the
is a
lack of
complete
leaders-
180.
They don't have
Yeah.
leaders. When you don't have leaders, you don't win. Every club need not just a leader, they need leaders.
Low key though, this is where I thought Poch could low key benefit from having this young dressing room, because I said it's kind of eerily similar to at Spurs when he came in. He had a young dressing room. All right, these are going to be my boys. I'm going to coach you lot to get there. The problem is I think with Poch's way, it didn't click with us till November. So Chelsea, I think they have to bide their time, and the issue with them is they've had like 4 different managers in the last year where let's bide our time with Potter, let's bide our time with Lamps. They don't want to bide no more time. So Poch, that's the pressure he's going to have this year, is he's got to get it right straight away. And I don't know if
They looked like United, bro. Honestly, I was watching them. They looked like Man United.
Yes.
I felt like I was watching Man United watching Chelsea.
they're going to go through a big identity crisis, I think, this year. There'll be moments where they look very good and moments where they look very bad. And Poch is going to be like...
You know what? It was funny. I told Umir, right? I was watching Caicedo come on, and like when he first got onto the pitch, he was like kind of like telling him go here. Players were telling him go here. I was like, Caicedo has gone from a better footballing team in Brighton to a worse footballing team in Chelsea. He has, but the way Brighton play football is better than the way they play at Chelsea. They were almost making it up as they went along.
Yeah.
So like you said, it might take a while for Poch to really get his ideas into his players.
Yeah.
I don't think Poch's gonna handle this, because this is a very too much players. And it's like a nursery. So I feel like they need. No, it's true.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think he can handle that many players, and they're all young and they all want to play. I think that they need an old disciplined manager.
Do you have any suggestions?
An old disciplined manager. Roy Hodgson? No, like you
Big
need to
Sam?
go back to Sven-Göran Eriksson or something. Like, that's how far back. No, like you need to go old. Man.
these days?
You need to go old.
I know that brother's in some Polish strip club somewhere, bro.
Pochettino,
Yo, 100.
Pochettino. If you're gonna, Pochettino, yeah.
Pochettino.
Yeah, if you're with him, Nico Jackson will be in the same restaurant.
Hey.
You can't buck your manager at a restaurant. It doesn't make sense. They need an old school disciplined manager. It's too young. Look at nurseries.
Like
Is there
Sir
young
Alex,
teachers
like
in
a
the
Sir Alex
nurseries?
type.
Don't you think Pochettino?
Yes.
Don't you think Pochettino showed at Spurs that he can deal with these young players?
No.
No, he didn't.
No.
Fair.
No.
Can't argue with that.
It's just Harry Kane. He will tell you Harry Kane was saving them, bro.
No.
That Dele Alli playing.
Hey, you were doing
Harry
heat
Kane.
check right there. That's a heat check.
No. It was a Harry Kane thing.
I've been right all day today. Let me see if
It was a Harry Kane thing, man.
No, that's Ericsson, Dele Alli, him, his son.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
You better go way back
Vertonghen.
like that. I thought you talk about Champions League times, the Champions League final in that
They-
019.
yeah, they were all
Oh,
there.
it's my bad. I thought you talk about 019. No, look, man saying
019.
Ericsson, fam. Man, that was
Poch
White
had
Hart
him.
Lane, bro.
Yeah, that's when Pochettino took over at Spurs.
No, but the other white with Defoe and
You
Peter
talk Wembley?
Crouch and that.
No.
Oh,
You're going too quick back. You're the.
What's up, Martin?
He knows he's wrong. He's
You're talking about the Teddy Sherman era and them things there. Come on, bro. They didn't even know. Okay.
that's what you meant.
He's back now. He's back.
No, but they need a. I don't think he's gonna. He's not. I don't think he's the right manager for that. It's a nursery, fam.
Yeah.
He can't. He ain't got the
It's
qualifications.
gonna be tough, man. It's Chelsea. I think Chelsea are one of
It's
the
too
most
much, fam.
interesting teams in the
Imagine
Premier
him
League.
telling them man to stop playing that. But it's suspect. You listen to drill.
Who are you talking to, bro? The podcast is here, bro.
No, because gonna see because I ain't heard him laugh today. You know what I mean, Steve? They're playing suspect, fam. And what? And what? What? You gonna say turn it off? Brother, it's different, fam. It's long.
Thanks for the insight. Quick note from West Ham fan called 55 Hems. He says, looks like prime David Moyes' ball is back. We look like the West Ham team from the 2020-21 season that finished 6th. He also said Paqueta was amazing in the second half, especially after going down to 10 men. He really stepped up. We also created a fair few chances after Caicedo came onto the pitch. Quick shout out for James Ward-Prowse. That was his man of the match. He got 2 assists in the game, and I just can't wait to see more set-piece FC from West Ham now.
That's going to be the Roy Delap, bro. Honestly, Ward-Prowse corners, everyone's just going to be like, damn.
Run up.
You just see Zuma go up. Suchek go up.
And Nesri.
I'm telling you, get Nesri. It's over, bro. It's over. They might challenge for the title. How about
That wouldn't be set-piece. That's open play.
Long day.
But let's move on quickly. We've got... going to get to Liverpool in a second, don't worry. Going over to the Etihad now. It's a big game. City versus Newcastle. Big game. Two teams that are playing for the Champions League spots or the title, obviously. I was at that game. So
talk to us.
Yeah, we can speak about that. 1-0 to City. Obviously, everyone knows how good Phil Foden played. We'll talk about Phil Foden in a second.
Phil Gene.
But I can say, actually, because I'm scouting, I've been to every City game this season so far. Home and away.
Oh, yeah. Give us the breakdown.
So
Scouting.
I was at the Burnley game away from home.
Interesting.
I was at the home. You have to keep your enemies closer.
Keep your friends closer.
I like this.
You have to watch.
I like this.
Bro, you have to. I'm traveling.
I like this approach.
I'm traveling around the country. I'm watching City, bro. I'm keeping tabs, bro.
Do you know what'd be so funny? End of the season, he's watched them win the title the whole way. I'm like, yes!
He's part of the journey. Hey, he just wants to win a title at this point, bro.
Like, you know when you're in the movies, isn't it? When they're following someone because they hate them and then they start to like them.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Shark's in a little light blue shirt under his Arsenal, and you're like, yo. What's going on here?
I've worn a City shirt.
You're moving like Trent
but
from Ted Lasso.
Trent.
Good reference.
I ain't seen Ted Lasso.
Trent Cribb.
Yeah. Independent. Oh, he's the journalist. Yeah. I saw on TikTok, bro.
You watch whole shows on TikTok now. But I went to the game.
We watched Suits.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Suits I watch. Hey, I respect Suits too much.
Who watched the whole of Suits on TikTok?
No, Suits. I would never disrespect the show.
Well, 3 minutes.
But I'll tell you this,
bro.
I watched
EP1, EP1, EP2.
And someone playing Temple Run underneath.
Subway Surfers. Let me tell you this. No, Suits I would never do like that.
Yeah.
But this weekend, I watched the movie on TikTok. Wow. Start to finish. I think it's called Obsession with Idris Elba and
Incredible.
And Beyonce's in it. Bro, I started watching it. I was like, yo, these got more clips. I watched the whole thing, bro. An hour and a half later, I watched the whole thing.
TikTok is
incredible. But incredible. But yeah, so the game, obviously, I was there. I was wearing Newcastle colours there. I was wearing my brand new Primo. Should be out soon. But it was the Newcastle colours, so I was wearing that. But I'm not going to lie. Obviously, we're talking about Foden, but just Rodri, I think he's the perfect footballer, man.
You know what? I respect you for calling him his name.
Yeah.
Because last week...
Oh my God, yeah. That's why I'm the better host.
We had some guy step in your place.
Yeah.
Oh.
Saying some shit.
Yeah, some crazy stuff.
Brother. So I'm glad the rightful host is back. Calling him his rightful name. Thank you, Shark. Sorry.
You're welcome. No, I have to, of course.
Yeah.
He's just a man. He's just a man. We'll get there.
They were throwing bottles at him in Southall.
We actually have a correspondent, Man City fan called Wahid, the double pivot of Kova and Godri.
Wahib!
It's catching on.
Allah is watching you, Wahib!
Steve, this is catching on. What's going on?
Yo!
And he capitalized the God as well.
That's crazy.
Yo!
To make a point. Crazy.
Wow.
This is who Steve was talking about when he was saying they.
Yeah,
People like
I'm just quoting people. It's this guy.
Rodri.
But Rodri, I think this guy is the perfect footballer, man. Like, obviously last season, I admit it on Twitter. I revoked it when I said party Ben and Rodri, blah blah. Obviously, I've seen Rodri play a few times. I've seen him play at Emirates a few times. The game on New Year's Day, I remember when he scored the winning goal in the last minute.
You were at that game?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
I'm at every game, bro. I'm a season to go, man. You know,
real one.
I was at the game and it was New Year's Day, just after my birthday. It was like midday kickoff. 2 hours sleep, I was still there. Watched him play then. Watched him play Emirates again. Watched him play in the Champions League final a couple months ago. Watched him play against Burnley last week, and then at home against Newcastle. He is perfect.
Yeah.
Like he's unbelievable. I can't, but like I like everything about him. I'm saying it now on the podcast. He is my favorite. Now that Harry Kane's gone, Rodri's my favorite player in the Premier League outside of Arsenal. He is my favorite player in the whole league. This guy, I like everything about him.
Yeah.
Just no social media.
He's your kind of player, to be
bro,
fair.
He's amazing, bro. He barely puts a foot wrong.
Yeah.
He's not just a destroyer, not just a tackler, which he is. He's a creative midfielder. Yeah. People aren't giving him enough credit for his creativity at all.
Yeah, the assist.
Creating the assist the other day, the Super Cup. He does that a lot of times in the game. Those through balls, through the channels, through the lines, breaking lines of play. Everything about him. Big physical presence, but very good on the ball as well.
Rod,
he's perfect. great age as well. Is he 26, 27?
Great age.
No, but I'm saying like,
Great age.
yeah. But like that is like 26, 27. But he seems like a 30-year-old, experience. I think he's unbelievable.
He is honestly when you
Whenever
talk
I
about
see it, I'm watching him all the
when you
time.
talk about simplicity, right? Football's, like I said, football's a very simple game. People try to overcomplicate it. But Rodri is really the epitome of that. Honestly, his game is not complicated. His game is not really
That's why I love
flashy.
him.
But everything, the fundamentals are just right. He makes the right passes. He knows when to tackle. He knows when to foul someone at halfway so it doesn't go on. He knows how to create. He gets himself in the good positions to score. He's just everything across the board, 8 out of 10 or higher.
You know that simplicity you talk about, that was the same love that Busquets got as well. But I always Busquets had that.
And who's my favorite player of all time?
Flair, that
Busquets.
Cruyff turn, that the ball is this way, now I'm going to turn the whole pivot to this way.
yeah.
With Rodri, though, I just feel like he is almost like the more physical version, the more brute force version. And I think I love how he uses it, in my opinion. It's almost like Fernandinho plus is what
I told you, Rodri for me reminds me of Carrick, just a much better athlete.
Yeah.
A much better athlete. But in terms of like how they play, he reminds me a lot of him.
Yeah.
Look
Like,
at
I've said
And these are all your
can't-
that's why I said these are all your
all my favorite
players.
players.
Yeah.
I'm naming.
you can't just call him a
That's why I
DM
like him
anymore.
so much.
Yeah.
No, trust
You
me.
cannot
he's
call
a-
it.
he's a- just an
Even though he
all-round
might be the lone sitter, he might be the cover centre back. You watch him for any game, he is not just sitting and mopping up. He is getting involved in every aspect. So
That's why I really
incredible
like this
player,
game.
man.
I really like when I got the invite to go to this game. I was on it straight because these are two teams that I talk about, and you were talking earlier about physicality and United having the lack of, right? These are the two I think most physical teams in the Premier League, size wise, profile wise. So you're looking at them line up against each other. It's like flipping Galactic, you know what I mean? Like just the Spartans, but you're looking at Newcastle, just big, like
This is where the football's
Shaw,
going.
Joe
Botman,
Linton.
Shaw, Botman, Trippier, and Burn at the back. That's all 6 foot plus. Joe Linton, Bruno, Tonali, big guys. Isak, he's not the strongest, but he's a big guy, you know? And you look at that and you're like, okay, that's a big team. Then you look at City and you have Akanji, you have Diaz,
Titans, bro. They're
you have
Titans.
Rodri just sitting in front of them. You know, you have Kyle Walker. You got these big players. You know, Haaland, who's 6 foot 6, 7, like something like that. And you're like, and you see them line up against each other. And you're like, we're in for men playing football today.
I'm so happy.
And I
you bring
love
this
that.
up.
That's why I was there, and I loved it. And the City got a good win. It's a tough game. It was at home.
Think it should
I'm
have been
glad
more?
I made a good decision not captaining Haaland. I put Salah captain.
He will
Did
now-
as well. He kept Haaland
screwed
captain
me this week.
on FPL.
It was a huge risk, honestly. Second
was a
game of the
risk.
season, because they always say FPL, you want to just hang with the pack the first few weeks. I say, hey, Haaland hype, bro.
Nah, you're brave, man. You're brave.
That's brave. It's a massive risk.
And Salah played already before, so we saw that he missed the penalty, so he got minus points. So I'm like, if Haaland just scores one, he'll get more points than Salah, because Salah's got minus points because he missed penalty. So I'm watching him like, maybe it wasn't the best decision, but he didn't score. But he had chances.
I was going to say,
Haaland
it should have been more than one.
Without
Could have
KDB,
been 3 or 4.
without KDB, Haaland won't score that many goals.
You think so?
100%. I know so.
I disagree. I
I
think
know
you could put Haaland.
Without KDB, this guy will not. We're not going to see the same Haaland.
Haaland, you could put him in Bournemouth.
And I'm
I
not
think he'd
saying
score
he's not a
20
good
goals.
goal scorer. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking facts. I'm not saying that he's rubbish, dead. I'm just saying, without KDB, you know how always that player needs that one player to.
Feed him.
Who does
Yeah.
Salah
Does
need?
that not become
Salah can do it
Foden,
only
though?
one.
Does that not become Foden looking at that
No,
performance in the
no.
Newcastle game
I
as
think
well?
I think KDB's understanding with
Yeah,
Haaland
I was gonna
is
say
completely different.
Foden's unbelievable. Foden's gonna play a lot of games. He'll get goals himself, and assists as well. He will. But Foden, you saw it last season as well. In moments, I saw it here. There's so many moments where Haaland gets frustrated with Foden. He doesn't give him that final pass.
Yeah.
You know, you see it, and Haaland's frustrated, and they're both very close. So I think hopefully if it clicks, because they're very close friends. You see Haaland with Foden's son and everything. But there's so many moments in the game where he could have squared it. Happened last season a lot, and it didn't. Where De Bruyne likes assisting. He loves assisting. I think Foden, likes scoring. Likes getting
Bruyne,
involved.
it's almost like the minute he lifts his head up, Haaland makes that run.
Bang.
It's telepathic.
And that's why
It's gonna
Haaland
be a
won't
bit
get that
different.
many
It'll
goals.
be a bit different. I agree with him.
Yeah.
How important is this season for Foden and for him to have performances like that, though, where he kind of runs the game, runs the show, it's all going through me type of thing?
This ain't new though, innit?
No, it
Like,
is
for me,
new.
this
No,
ain't
no,
new.
no, no. In the
Pep's
sense
finally
of,
playing them more centrally.
yeah,
which is what
now
we
you're
needed.
getting a chance more centrally. KDB's not there. I feel like the right wing position when KDB is back even will still be available to him. But this is almost like the year where I feel like he's going to get the most minutes, get the most chances, and it's
He has to.
we've seen the rotation player, we've seen the Champions League player, we've seen the cup player, we've seen the young prospect. Now it's time, and Foden has shown he can be a man. He's put double seasons down before, but now it's just a case of throughout the whole season, can you be the leading charge in that team? And I think he can. But this season, I just think the responsibility is definitely going to be
I think
there.
it's even for his own personal career development, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I personally believe that Foden, while he could give you a good level on the left or even on the right, I think he hit a ceiling there. Like, I think you saw the best of what Foden is going to be as a left winger. And I think in the center, his ceiling is limitless, in my opinion. He has some of the highest potential in world football. And it was almost a case of, when is he really going to just kind of make that breakthrough in that position? And I think it required a little bit of luck. Unfortunately, a player going down kind of opens up a spot for him. The City, man, you have so many attacking talents in those positions. But once he gets that opportunity, Foden, it's never been a question of talent, bro. This is one of the most talented players naturally in world football. Forget about just the Premier League. And now that he has these minutes, claim it. In the first 2 games, even in the Super Cup, he's been really, really good. Yeah.
No, I agree.
But I liked what you said at the end. Like, City, at the end of that game, if you notice, I think even Haaland fell to his knees, bro. Like, that was a huge win for them.
Bro.
And I think it's because of how much they respect Newcastle, bro. And I think that's the team that I said, I don't believe United are going to come third anymore. Because I look at Newcastle, I am sure that United is not a better team than them.
I'm just waiting to see how
sure.
the Champions League affects
And
them.
that's why we all kind of put Newcastle 6th or 5th.
Yeah.
But when you look at their team, that's
got the depth.
That's the only reason why you would say they don't come there.
You're right,
Because
yeah.
how they play football, and you talk about the way the game is going, bro. The game is getting faster, stronger, and more aggressive. And Newcastle are built to live in the modern game, bro.
Yeah.
Like you said, they have gladiators. Forget about Titans. They have gladiators from goalkeeper to striker. They can compete physically with every single team in the league. The only issue is technically, when you have a team like City who could also match them up physically, do they have the technical ability and do they have the X factor in certain positions?
creme
to kind
de
of
la
beat them?
creme, yeah.
Exactly. Do they have the upper level talent?
Outside of City and Arsenal, because Arsenal now are a physical team and are technically better. No one else can. So they are the third best team in the Premier League.
And it's
mate.
weird because
I think so.
I don't think that loss should kill their momentum.
think so.
either.
No
It's
way.
like
Well, they got Liverpool next, and I think
I know City
St.
probably
James's
could have scored
At
more.
St. James's Park.
Yeah, I know City probably could have scored
3
more,
points there
but
last season.
losing 1-0.
Not a scary place.
was that the one we
Yeah.
scored in the last minute, Fabio Carvalho?
No, that was at Anfield.
Okay.
Yeah, that was at Anfield. Just to
Hey,
correct.
he's
Not
on
Anfield.
job today.
That was at
I was
Anfield.
testing you.
So like, we'll talk. Yeah.
He's on it today.
I think 1-0
This
loss
season,
at the
for us, is
Etihad, though.
rebranding. Now I like it.
I told him, he's got the drop.
I like
he got
it.
a drop on me.
If you were to play a mastermind against Faisal again, do you think you'd win?
Oh my
Hey,
god,
yo,
smoking.
who's the manager of
Hey.
Bournemouth?
You know who it is?
I'm asking you. No, he's rebranded. I
I've
like it.
rebranded.
Who is it?
I've rebranded. You know who it is?
I know who it is. Do you know who he is?
No.
Who is it?
Shaki, I told you about this testing.
No,
I told you.
I was trying to help you, no, because off camera you were naming him. I was like,
The man's telling me, boom.
no, you just played them.
Yo, come
You
on.
just played them.
You.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Then tell
It's
us.
what girls got.
Hey.
Yo, he was locking it this whole time. He's like, who the hell is that?
Well, so you ain't got one either.
Who?
You ain't got one.
No, but it's different. It sounded better. I'll tell you,
I think if
I
you
articulated
play Faisal
better.
in mastermind right
I
now.
will smoke him now.
Yeah.
You know why?
In
'Cause
this
Faisal
moment,
doesn't know the
right here,
Luton
right
manager.
now.
He doesn't know the Luton manager.
Who is it?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know about Rob Edwards. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Hey, this
I
season.
ain't never, ever seen you act like
He
this
doesn't,
before.
because he don't. I know. If I said, what about Wolves manager? He'd be like, oh, the old Real Madrid. No, it's Gary O'Neill, mate.
Now, be honest. What did you do with the real Fuizzi, bro? Where's he? You locked in a closet in your room or something?
Get some sensu beans or something.
Studying this summer.
Tied up.
I've been studying.
Yo,
Hey,
And I can't wait to talk about Liverpool.
pre-season.
Yeah, we're getting to
He
Liverpool.
took that loss personal. That mastermind loss, he took that personal.
We're getting to Liverpool.
I
Don't worry,
blame
let's.
Sean. He should have said, he said, food don't know ball. I'm just his fault.
Hey, just
Look at
quickly though, on City,
Yep.
there's a player I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Left wing, 100 million.
Grealish.
Jack Grealish.
They need wingers. They don't have wingers like that.
Listen, I know he's in the.
He is, but I
background
need to
and
update
everything.
it this season actually.
You know, Fuad famously.
I need to update
No,
it.
I'm taking the yard.
Says my name. innit?
Two foot Izzy. Love your mates. Love your mates.
You know, Fuad, he famously has an agenda against Jack Grealish, and he has not really shown it on this podcast, so to speak. On other ones, he's
Do you know
expressed
what?
it more.
Do you know what? Funnily, do you know why I never shown it? Because I dropped it at the time I dropped
We
it.
used to
and
call him Headband Man. That's what we used to
Headband
call him.
man. I was.
Amazing.
I remember the first episode. If you watch it back, I actually do mention it.
Yeah.
But then I dropped it since then. I was like, you know what? Second half of the season, his stocks are at an all-time low. Let me buy. We won the Champions League. I said, safe.
Weave.
I'm off the ship now. And this season, I'm looking at objectively. But 100 million. Do you lot still feel like Jack Grealish is that player, or is even a threat of that player? Because yesterday, after the game, I saw City fans doing up defensive compilations of Jack
Playing left
Grealish.
wing back, by the way.
And I said, hold on. Mr. Creativity, Mr. Most chances created is now being credited for. Don't get me wrong, I understand it's an improvement in his game, the defensive side, but this was not what you were signed for, brother. It was to create chances, and especially in moments like KDB is missing, more of that creativity needs to be on him. But I just don't feel like, almost like the expectation has gone away from Grealish, and everyone's just like, oh, he's a vibes player, man.
It's because he's on a winning team.
He gets retention, and that's the thing. I feel like it just gets overlooked. But I'm like, let's not overlook that. Brother cost 100 million.
Let me go back to what I said about Anthony, and I'm not saying Grealish is better than
And
Anthony.
that's what I was coming to.
When did we get to a point in football where wingers were just like not expected anymore to? Oh, it's just retention, pass backwards.
Are you a centre mid when we're talking about retention?
Are you a fullback?
That used to be for centre mids. Now we're talking about wingers retention.
Everyone's a centre mid now. Wing backs are centre mids. Right back, left backs are centre mids now. Basically,
Listen, all I'm saying is they
Wingers
won the
are centre
game.
mids.
Especially for the price that you're talking about.
Yes.
And this is what even Guardiola came out and I always say Guardiola. He came out and said that Grealish right now, he's not giving us the brilliance really of like other wingers like that. And I think when you pay £100 million, obviously the market is screwed anyways.
Yeah.
But you have a responsibility, in my opinion, to kind of provide that X factor. I saw someone tweet the other day, I've never seen a player in my life have shots blocked as much as Jack Grealish.
Bro,
It's low-key facts, bro. He's unable to really create that separation from his defender to get clean shots or clean crosses. It almost always gets deflected out.
Bro, it's so predictable. You were talking about Anthony being predictable. He is literally, in my eyes, almost like the left side version of Anthony. And I'm like, but it gets so overlooked because he's got the little cute headband and girls love him. And I'm like, bro, we actually need to be objective. Just because they're winning can't be overlooked, in my thing. I think now, obviously, it'll paper over.
And they have Doku now coming in, huh? Who is the antithesis? Doku is the antithesis.
This is why we got a green line kept me in the sky, you see?
Let me leave that shit.
Yeah, because when a real
glad you actually
winger
able to say that,
steps
Are you-
into the
Last time someone tried to say that on the podcast.
Alley-oop.
But when a real winger steps into the room now, guys are going to be looking at Jack Grealish like, what are you doing here, actually?
Thanks.
Because this brother has just come in and with 2 shimmies has beaten 4 players. What are you doing all of this for? Nah, I'm sorry.
Maybe play Grealish more centrally.
That has always been the thing, but I'm like, at
believed in
Villa, when he was at this creme de la creme, it was left wing. We've always seen the best of Grealish on the left wing. And I said that when his form goes out the window, I hope they don't start saying, oh, he's a 10 now, he needs to go on the right. But no, we need to just expect more from Jack Grealish.
Let me tell you what it is with Jack Grealish. I was a big fan of him.
And he's
at Villa.
27, 28. He's not a
Yeah,
kid.
it's true. When he was at Villa, he was probably my favorite player in the league. But what made Jack Grealish, in my opinion, so good at Villa
Coach Camps. Oh, no. Sorry, Karen.
was
His PR was too
yeah,
good.
he loved James Go to the roof. I just really like the way he played, and like I don't know, he's just elegant. Like I like players like that. But his best quality was really his gravity. He was able to get the ball, and because he was the guy at Villa, no one else, he would attract like 4 or 5 players onto him. And then all of a sudden, he's very, very good, in my opinion, at kind of like releasing players at the last second. They would be free because 5 players are on him.
Yeah.
At City, bro, you have to worry about Haaland. You have to worry about De Bruyne and stuff like that. So you're 1v1 against your defender. In a way, you would think, oh, because now you don't have to worry about 5, it should help you. But for him, please take on your defender. He's not really able, like I said, to create that separation away from his fullback. Yeah. And that kind of turns him into, like you're saying, guy who's just there for ball retention. And at the weekend, if you watched him, City were almost playing a back 5 at times. He was playing almost left wing back.
Left wing back.
£100 million player. playing
Defensive
left wing
winger
back.
is what you've become. I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. We need more.
100%.
We need more.
I think Pep knows that. I think Pep as well. I think getting a guy like Doku is almost like an ode to his old City team. Sterling, Sane, guys who can rip apart their fullback.
I was gonna say, City are struggling for wingers, so this Doku news is big now because they didn't. I was happy as a
He's in trouble.
They didn't have proper like wings.
Niggas
Not been
in
great.
trouble, I'm
But
telling
Haaland did not score. But someone who
so
did score and a very impressive goal is Julian Alvarez.
Top.
Is this gonna be a big season for him?
I think so.
And how big of a season? Because he started both games now. Right?
I love that Pep has said this season, no matter what, it's going to be you and Haaland, whether you're on the right, whether you're playing second striker. And I think he needs to do that. One, as you said, for his development, but I think he's a player that his ceiling, we still don't know it yet. I think he's good at almost everything. His movement,
really
his
good
touches,
footballer.
his link up, his shooting, he can even find a pass if need be. He can play anywhere across the front 3. So I'm like, it's a bit like what they missed with Jesus. It didn't even miss it because he just came in 14 million and the price they got him for is not spoken about enough as well.
Spooky.
But I'm glad that
man.
Pep is just giving him that faith to kind of be like a little bit more faith than he's given Foden, let's be honest, because Foden's had to earn that. But give Alvarez the keys, man. I feel like he's got the ability to, you know what I mean,
You
do
could argue,
damage.
where does he
serious
rank
damage.
amongst strikers after Haaland now that Kane is out of the league? Bro, he's up there. Right? He's up there.
I need to see a full season of mashed
Of
work.
course, of
Last
course.
year was almost like Gave me some strokes.
Yeah.
Now I need the
You're
full.
right.
gave you the World Cup,
That's a
though.
good question though,
Listen,
because
crazy what he was doing.
Yeah,
The way he worked his way into
And
that
that's,
team
and
at
that's
the
what I'm
World
saying.
Cup as well.
Alvarez, we're seeing him almost like the second fiddle to Haaland. You could say, he benefits from City, but also like he's not really given the opportunity to lead the line. Imagine Alvarez leading the line for Spurs, for example. I know that excites you, bro. Yeah, I know that excites you. Alvarez is a top
that's a good
player,
question
man.
though. Like now that Kane's gone out of the league and Ivan Toney's banned,
Yeah, true.
who is his next best striker after Haaland? And I think it could very well soon be the player they're playing against, Isak.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Good. Hey, that's a
very
good
soon.
segue. Hey.
I definitely do think soon it'll
like
be
the way you
Isak.
host.
Yeah.
I like the way you
I
host.
genuinely think very soon he'll be. Yeah, he likes it. Go on late.
You know, last week we were shamelessly claiming Isaac
I'll
is
be honest
Somali.
though,
We can't even do that this week. We just run ahead.
If I was from the same country as him and he's the only player as well, I'll be waving
Bro,
that flag.
yeah. I'd have a
Isak
Newcastle
is
shirt.
Number
so
14,
lit.
same. I don't know
Yeah.
why he don't have one. It's like
What?
14 shirt, Newcastle.
Big man thing.
Who said I don't have one?
Say less.
I bring it to the
Say
podcast.
less.
I don't have one.
Say less.
Nah, he's
I genuinely
Special
think,
player.
He's
I
so
think
crazy,
now that
bro.
Kane's gone and Ivan Toney as well, who would have been the next best striker, I think, hey, it's his.
I hope he just can stay fit.
It's his. I think this year, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's
He
the
stays
only-
fit,
he
17
stays
minimum.
Fit. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So.
17 minimum.
Easy. Tony did 20 last season.
I think
Yeah.
Isaac, he did 14. Isaac.
Wow,
I think he
yeah.
did 14 last year, bro. And he missed half the
And he
season,
missed
bro.
half the season.
That's what I'm
didn't he?
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, bro, easily he can become
Yeah, he's top, man.
Hopefully,
I've always
hopefully,
been a big fan of Isaac, man.
what a
honestly.
player. Yeah, I remember.
Quite a game in that one, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, quite
But
a
you
game
look
that.
again, like it's so rare to see a player of that height with that technical ability, bro. It's a little Zlatan-esque,
Like
man.
Bambi, and the touches are just.
Yeah.
Such
I'm a big fan, man.
Such a good player.
You know
But
his favorite player is, by the way.
huh?
You know his favorite player is, by the way.
Isak's favorite player.
He's a huge Henry fan.
Henri.
Wouldn't surprise me,
Makes
to be
sense. But people compare him to him as well.
If I
now.
call him, do you think he will say that?
Yeah, I'll guarantee
Do
it.
you think he will say that?
On
If
my
I,
life,
if
I'll
I
say that.
call Isak now
On my
and
life,
say,
I'll
yo,
say
my
that.
brother, how way?
Speak Eritrean.
Get a load of this guy.
Say, how way?
Get a load of this guy, huh?
Don't make me get that phone.
What's Hawaii? Oh, is that a Newcastle team?
How way? No,
Hawaii
it
lads.
means brother.
In
I thought it was a Geordie. I thought it was a Geordie team.
Tigrinya.
Hawaii, man.
Hawaii man.
Hawaii
The
lads.
tune.
Yeah,
No. Hawaii. It means brother in Tigrinya, in Eritrean language.
He don't speak Tigrinya.
Hawaii the lads though.
Bro, I speak
That's
Tigrinya, he
that's
don't.
them, man. That's them, man.
So
But
wait,
it said in the
so
stadium.
he went to Newcastle and he felt like home because they say Hawaii as well.
Hawaii, yeah, that's why he went there. He was gonna come to
Hawaii the
Liverpool,
tune.
But he sort of said Hawaii for this club actually is doing their thing for me. Yeah.
Yo, you're
and he
nuts.
said, yeah, this is the place then. Do you get?
Wow,
There's
fair
something.
enough.
Yeah. Your brain is wired differently.
He went there by accident.
Another funny thing that happened was that after the game, Jason Tindall shook Pep's hand before Eddie Howe did. Yeah,
Ain't it only allowed
No,
one
he
guy in the
wants that-
technical
he
area or
wants
whatever
that.
it was?
Yeah.
Jason Tindall was there,
He
man.
wants
Guy,
that job
bruh.
badly, innit?
Good old JT. But we got the correspondence from Wahid, the City fan. Obviously, he spoke about Kovacic as well, by the way. Very good game.
One of the signings of the summer, potentially.
Very
For
good
me,
game.
that's just a no-brainer, honestly.
I
Great
expected
football. They're
it, I
playing for
expected
Pep.
I expected it. But big shout out to Kova. He obviously wanted to shout out the double pivot of Kova and Rodri, but he gave him the name that Asif gave him. I don't want to
Rodri.
repeat.
Rodri.
And being able to mix and match whoever is playing in defense and keep clean sheets is amazing. Pep didn't make any subs, in that game.
He likes doing that every once in a while.
Made
to
no
be honest.
subs in
He
that game.
usually does it though when
He's upset. At
when
something,
he's
yeah.
upset at the team and like, you got us in this mess, you're gonna get us out.
You guys know
It's
gonna help.
a
Don't look at
punishment
us.
for you, yeah. No one on the bench is gonna suffer, but
Mad.
when you're winning, I think maybe this one was just like, just see the game out, guys. But
At half time.
can't question Pep, man.
also
That's
said-
what-
David Silva.
He's still screaming at bar. David Silva is watching. Do this for David Silva.
Julian Alvarez is like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
What do you mean?
Oh man. Okay, let's move on now to Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Anfield. You went 1-0 down.
Yeah.
You went 1-0 down.
We went 1-0 down.
Concern you.
Early as well.
Concerning?
It wasn't because it just felt like
Can't
same
lie.
old. Here we go.
Good goal, though.
But I always knew. I tweeted it. I said, we're not gonna, even though we're 1-0 down, same old as last season, but we're not gonna lose this game."
I don't think you did tweet that.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
I think he was actually worried when.
Did you tweet it?
He
You know
didn't
what?
tweet
Let's
that
see who
shit.
gets to my tweet first.
He didn't tweet that shit.
It's always gonna be you. You literally just go to your profile.
He didn't tweet
What
that
was he
shit.
claiming to tweet? That is fine after 1-0 down.
I tweeted it. I said we're not gonna lose though.
He definitely copied and pasted someone else's tweet.
Well, I mean, of course, you're not going to predict the team to lose. You're playing at home.
Nice goal though, that first one. Semenyo, was it? Nutmeg.
Hey.
We won't lose this game though.
Look at the time.
At 7:19.
Man said 7:19. Where's that?
What time was the game?
At 3:19. What time? Hold on. What time did the game start? 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
3:19.
And you conceded when? 3:02. At 3:03, he tweeted, "Oh my God, I thought the old us was back from last season."
Yeah.
So you forget that too as well.
But they scored. They went by and it was offside. Do you remember they scored?
No, they had the penalty, bro.
What penalty?
What do you mean? No, the penalty. The opening goal that went through Van Dijk's legs.
No, I'm talking about they scored and it was offside.
Offside, yeah. This game,
that's why I tweeted that.
Remember they scored before
Come on,
they scored.
man.
They scored
That's why
before.
I
They
tweeted
scored
that.
before they
Yeah.
scored.
And then I said,
cool.
we're not gonna lose this game.
You also tweet something else though. What you do the tweet?
Yeah, and then a minute later,
He said, "I'm going."
he said, "I'm going to sleep. Bless."
My hormones weren't
You
right.
ain't the real one.
My hormones were all over the place.
You ain't the real one.
My
Is it
hormones
time your
were
month?
all
Yeah,
over
time your
the
month.
Nah, you're only there for the
When
glory.
shit hit
Men
the
have
fan, is you
clearance
still a
too.
fan? Nah, man.
Talk to us about the game though. Come on, you ended up
Okay.
winning the game.
So here's my insight.
Tell us about the game. Tell us about the red card. Tell us about Szoboszlai's
Yeah,
home debut.
I'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
I'll tell you everything.
Who is he?
RP Leisberg. What they
Who?
did.
Hold on. Who? R.I.P. Who?
R.I.P. Lies.
Leib-
No,
Leisberg.
I didn't say RIP. Yo, I listen to this. Yeah, they shot us. Qatar.
Leipzig.
Oh, RB
Sorry.
Leipzig.
Yeah,
okay.
Leipzig. Yeah.
They
They gave us. It
Man
was
said
listen,
Leipzig.
fam.
He's got the craziest
dyslexic, bro.
list.
Sorry, because you wanted to
He's-
say
I'm
something.
dyslexic. You saw what I wrote in the group chat today, fam. In denial, fam. I listen to this.
Okay.
They shot us Qatar, but I clocked. That was a prank. When they shot us Qatar, it was a prank. They said, haha.
A lot of money in him as well.
Yeah, exactly. It was a prank. A couple years later, they gave us the real deal.
How you say his name?
Dominic.
Say his name.
Dom. Sosbo.
You didn't say Dominic.
I can say Super Sly. I can say Super Sly if I wanted to, but we got a friendship. I call him Dom Sosbo.
Sosbo.
He is him.
He is good.
He is him.
Top player.
Let me tell you something, you guys. Yeah, this is you guys don't know. There's 4 men in the world that's got this disorder. Well, it's not even a disorder; it's special. So I would, if it's not a disorder, what's special? What can you call it?
Trait. Let's call it a trait.
A trait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steven Gerrard, Sosbo, Trent, and myself.
That's a
Yeah.
weird
I
four.
wonder what the combination is.
Yeah.
What do you guys have?
Right foot.
Yeah.
No. We get a girl pregnant tomorrow, she'll deliver the next day.
I was not expecting that to go there. I was not expecting that to go there.
What, Salah ain't got that one as well.
Salah hasn't got that yet. Salah ain't got that yet. But us, man, we got that. Now, we was missing a number 8 since Steven Gerrard left. I told you, KR came in. He had the number 8 shirt. Ha ha ha, little prank. Now the real number 8's here. We've been missing that for a long time, Sharks.
He was everywhere.
For a long time. When I saw him play, I was like, oh my goodness. Do you get? But I'm not gonna get distracted by the win. It was very good. I'm happy. But we still need a defensive midfielder, number 6.
Endo wasn't moving you.
He came
What I
on.
said, I think Klopp misses Hendo.
He
So
came
Endo.
on. He came on and done the job.
And
He came on, done the job. Didn't really
Yeah.
get to see enough of him, but he came on and done the job. Casado, what about you? But he came on and done the job. Do you get it? But we still need a defensive midfielder.
Can I ask you
100%.
who is your target right now? If they asked Fuizzi, who would you sign for defensive midfield?
I might fly Bayern, you know. I might fly
Bayern,
Bayern.
for who?
I might fly there, you know.
For who?
No, not who.
You're saying Gravenberch.
I might fly there, you know.
For who?
I might get him.
Gravenberch.
Yeah,
But he's not a defensive midfielder.
Doesn't matter. I'll put him there though.
like he did with McAllister. So nothing's changed.
No. It's not changed. With Sharky, McAllister, you saw him. You met him.
Yeah,
He
there's
held
medal.
the medal.
Yeah.
The medal.
I beat him in the football challenge. That must be worrying.
Doesn't
No?
matter. No, it's not worrying. It's not worrying, fam. It's not. Come on, that's light work.
It's like we're beating him at a challenge.
No. It's like,
It is
yeah,
for
of
me,
course.
it is for
He's done it. Content. He's a content creator, bro. Let the
content-
content creator win. You should know about that.
Yeah, I got you.
But with us, we got the 3 points. That's all that matters. But yeah, I don't want to get distracted. We still need signings. Like we got like 9 days, 10 days, or when this vid comes out, 8 days or something. We still need to make the signings.
Can I ask you about the only Liverpool player I like?
Hey, I've got a question for you, Sharky.
Okay, go on.
And shake my hand because I see it as well. When you see Diaz, do you see Martinelli? Shake my hand if you believe it. When you see Diaz, do you see Martinelli?
Wait, what?
Wait,
When
what?
you see Luis Diaz, do you see Martinelli?
What? You should be
what?
gassed up there. Like that should, why are you bringing him
Bro,
down? You should be
what
gassing
are you
him
doing?
up,
No, wait,
not
do
down.
you see that?
Why are
Do
you
see that?
gassing down
Wait,
Luis
when
Diaz?
you see Diaz, do you see Martinelli?
Listen,
Do you see Martinelli?
What are we doing here?
Shake my hand,
you
Shark.
should be thinking he's better than
You
Martinelli.
idiot. Put your hand away. Yes! This is what I mean about Arsenal fans. When they see Diaz, they think they see Martinelli.
Dummies!
He was going to shake my hand.
energy!
He was going to shake my hand.
him!
Aye. When they see Diaz, they think they see Martinelli.
Who do you see?
I see Neymar.
Yeah.
I see Neymar. When they see Diaz, I see Neymar. When they see Diaz, they see Martinelli. Idiots. Idiots.
No, this guy's a genius.
Theme of this video.
This guy's a
The
genius.
theme of this video is wingers that can take on their men. Luis Diaz.
Lucho.
Thank
Call him
you-
Lucho. Call him
Lucho Diaz, man.
2 goals. 2-2.
Thank you for bringing back wing play, man. Enough of ball
how-
retention.
that's how he does it.
Enough of how much you track back to defend your fullback. You are a winger. What does it say on the can? Beat your fullback. Luis Diaz.
Hey.
That's how he does it.
That should be a guy, bro, that Ferguson used to bring to Old Trafford. You know what he reminds me of? Nani. That's what he reminds me of, bro.
No, I said that on the
That's what he
weekend.
reminds
I
me
said
of.
that on the
Long
weekend.
shots.
It's the curly hair team.
Everything. He's got everything. He's
Thank
almost
you,
like
bro.
that, but you can see
I
there's
see
a higher
Neymar.
C,
They
bro.
see Nani, I
Yeah.
see Neymar. We are not the same. They see Nani, I see Neymar. Nani, the little crybaby that bleeds from his shin and cries.
Don't do Nani like that. Nani was
I see that.
Respect Nani, bro.
Nani plays football with chunks.
Nani.
Nani plays football with chunks, fam. Go on, Diaz will never do that.
His strike partner was Nico.
That's what I'm trying to say. Nigga don't play football, fam. He travels the world. He goes to Australia and that, and
Luis Diaz
finds
definitely has the
islands.
He's in the Philippines right
Bro,
now.
he's in Philippines.
Anyways, I love Luis Diaz. Honestly,
Diaz is crazy.
he's a breath of fresh air. Honestly.
He's crazy. He's the
This is what
craziest.
wingers look
7
like, bro.
looking good on him.
He is the craziest. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm trying to say. You see people like, okay, not Lias. Lias gets it. But other people like Liban. He's too focused on us. Look at your midfield, Endo, safe, da-da-da. Look at your dramas, bro. Focus. Look at your issues at yard.
house
Then,
is burning.
then
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
They
my
got
issues,
Anthony
bro.
and Garnacho.
Yeah, look, you
Diaz and
got a
Salah.
guy. Come on, fam. He smokes a pencil, fam. A pencil that's got smoke inside. Like, focus on that stuff, bro. Focus on your players, and then let me focus on mine. And then once yours gets better, then come to me and you can rip me.
Respect.
You can't do that yet, bro.
Respect.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
But I just feel like, let's get the signings in, please.
Yeah, you need a DM.
Once we get a DM, we're good.
It's true.
And that's no disrespect to Endo. I haven't seen enough of him, to be fair with you.
about
He's
what-
a nice. He's better. He's better than people expect.
Yeah, that's what
I would
I'm
take
trying
Endo
to
at
say.
United, for example. I'd take him.
But the
It's
thing
better
is,
than nothing.
True.
Klopp
It's
come
better
out
than
ye-
nothing to me.
Didn't Klopp come out yesterday and say, like, we're done with sixes?
That's
We're pretty
bad.
much-
That's bad.
That's a let us land.
Endo
That's bad.
is it?
That's bad.
If that's the case,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we need something. But if you're saying Endo's it, then get another CM for me. Do you get?
Yeah.
Just someone in that middle. We need someone. Do you
Need
get?
another body. Yeah, because
Yeah.
look, you lost Henderson, Fabinho. I think
Keita,
Carvalho went out
Amrabat.
too. Yeah,
Keita,
Oxlade-Chamberlain is up.
Chamber,
Yeah.
Milner.
Amrabat would
We
be
lost.
signing
We
for
lost a
Milner's
lot.
gone, yeah.
Milner. We
I
lost
mean,
a lot.
personally, if they could get the price down, Painia in that midfield with McAllister and
Forget
Soboslai,
about it, man.
you're flying. That midfield three
That's
is
what I'm
crazy.
saying. With McAllister and Soboslai already.
Yeah.
Quality,
It's
bro.
just looking
That
for
was-
the guy that Fabinho used to be. You need that.
Yeah,
guy
we
in there.
need that guy.
Because especially defensively, like they're still.
Yeah.
They remind me of Liverpool. I said it. Liverpool remind me of the 17-18 Liverpool, where it was like Coutinho, Salah, Firmino,
Gung-ho.
Mane.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
score 4, you score 3, but that's
well,
not going to win you a
outscore you.
title.
Yeah.
When you bring in Van Dijk and you bring in Alisson, you bring in Fabinho,
Yeah, yeah.
you solidify the team. They're still kind of missing that in my opinion.
To have a
against
spine.
Bournemouth, they were open, bro. And against Chelsea, you guys were open too.
We were. But then I'm just happy that we reacted well. First couple minutes, first 20, we were sloppy. We looked under pressure, bro. Like we was nervous to make passes. But then once we clicked, I was like, whoa. And even when we lost a man and we was with 10 men,
Yeah.
just like West Ham,
Yeah.
it could have been a hat trick of teams in the Premier League to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Who's the other team?
Arsenal flopped.
Do
Could
what?
have been a hat trick. 10 men
Winners.
and
score goals.
and score goals and look even better.
We won with 10 men today.
I know, but I'm just saying, shaky. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a swagger back.
We
bro.
made it look. We made it.
Both West Ham and Liverpool are at home. Move away from home. So
Doesn't matter.
does a little bit.
Doesn't. I mean, it's still London. Just across the across the river. So you get Thames, South Thames. It's different.
Do you think that McAllister sending off was harsh?
It was.
That's never a red card.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not even worried about that. You know why? Because I know it'll get rescinded. That's how confident I am. That will get rescinded. And if it doesn't, it will only be for one game. He won't get a 3-game ban. Do you get it?
That one game is big.
One game is big.
We got Newcastle.
We got Newcastle. It's a big game.
At St. James's Park.
I mean, we went there last year. The year before that, we got the job done.
Doesn't guarantee a win now.
It doesn't, but I think that for that type of game, we need Nunes to start. That type of game,
I like it.
we need Nunes to start. But yeah, man.
He's been itching on the bench, I could tell.
Yeah, he has. And I'm kind of surprised, to be fair with you, because he had an excellent preseason. Probably one of the best.
Even in the
Do you think
first game
Klopp
when
has
he came
kind of
off.
like, I don't know, maybe he was more confident in him last season. That's all he really had. But now that he has Gakpo, now that he has Jota,
it
he
happened-
has his back, Salah's back. Is he kind of looking at Nunez like,
I think maybe, you know, wait, I don't think so. I think with Gakpo, he's been playing out of position both games.
yeah, he's been playing as like an 8-8, you're right.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
do you know what I
suit
mean?
I
Yeah,
agree. I think his
that's
best
a
role is in
horrible-
central.
Yeah. So he's been playing out of position. I feel like if we did have a player there, Gakpo wouldn't be starting. And
You don't think Gakpo would be starting through the middle?
no, I think it'll probably be Nunes, to be
Really?
fair with you. But I could be wrong, because he was doing that from the end of last season.
I was gonna
It
say,
was
he's not
Gakpo.
starting now, and there's a place there, and Jota is starting.
Yeah, I know, but look at Jota. Look what he's been doing.
Yeah, you know, I don't like
Do
Jota.
you know what I mean? Jota can be quiet the whole game, but still get you a
I
goal.
hate players like that.
Do you know what?
That's
that-
like
I
Haaland, isn't
hate
it?
players like that, man.
That's
Jota,
that's world
I
class.
hate so much.
Only world class players do that, bro.
I relax.
They be quiet and score.
Just has to go too far.
Oh,
innit?
no. It's the truth, though.
too.
It's the truth. Only
So
world
you
class
think Diego Jota's world
people
class?
can be. Name me a player that's not world class, that's quiet and always scores every game. Go on.
What?
There's 3 of you.
Wait,
3
what?
brains is better than 1. Name me players that is not world class and scores goals all the time without doing anything in the game.
Jota, I just named you one.
Yeah, name me. I said
You know what? You know who used to be like that?
Jota.
Chicharito used to be like that. I would never call Chicharito world class in my
You never
life.
used to score every game.
Trezeguet used to be like that. I know it's going a little bit back.
Damn. Hey, really? You know who else was like that? Really? Hey, Jeff Hurst used to be like that. But actually,
Peter Osgood.
That's what I'm saying. We can't name players.
just Fontaine. Wave.
You know why? Because it's only world class players that do that, Shark.
Nah, I don't agree.
You haven't even seen a player yet.
I don't need to.
Because there isn't one. Everyone that does that is world class. If you are quiet in the game and score goal,
You lost
Salah's
it, bro.
done it bare times, bro.
Now, Salah's a much better player
Salah's
than
done it
Jota.
bare
I'll
times.
Respect your.
I'm not
respect
saying they're the
Salah.
same. No.
But Salah can
100.
do more.
Salah's one of the
offers
best.
more in a game than Jota, bro.
Yeah, of course.
I'm
Jota
saying
is just
ball
as
is
best
better
as
than
last
there's
Jota.
been
Jota's
so many
shins,
games
bro.
where Salah's been quiet.
Yep. I'll tell you
Not
this.
seen it, but he will score goals
Jota is a
and be like,
world class
oh my God.
finisher. Jota's a world class finisher, and his instincts are very good. But bro, on the ball, this guy is the biggest eyesore to watch, man. And me personally, just what I value. In a
How many
footballer,
times
I
has he
can't
made
stand it.
Ramsdale slip?
Oh yeah, he hates
Home
it.
and away.
He hates it.
Home and away.
He said, I don't like playing against Jota.
Jota is not.
But speaking of Salah, that penalty you missed, though, that's 3 penalties.
Are you concerned
in a row.
about
And
that?
not
it need
really.
to
You know
change?
why I'm not concerned?
Why is that?
Because I feel like we've got McAllister now.
No, but so you are concerned
So
and
you
you would
take
take
him off
penalties
Pence?
off and put him
No,
on.
in
can't
terms
take
of am I
pens.
concerned for my club?
No, are you concerned about like Salah? Would you take penalties off him and give it to McAllister?
Yeah, probably.
about?
Yeah. Like, see, am I concerned? Because he's in a
course it's about your
delicate
club.
situation right now.
Of course, it's about your club.
Elias is delicate, bro.
Me, I'm just asking questions.
Like, we're talking about players. We're talking about him. We're talking about institution. Did you get it? It's different. Like, but no, I'll probably
Missed 3 in a row.
yeah, I probably
You
would.
take penalties off
take
him.
him.
Yeah, give it to
You go
McAllister.
Soboslai-
Your
Soboslai
main
or
goal
McAllister?
scorer. Your
I
main
don't
goal
know about.
scorer.
I don't know about
Sobo.
Sobo's penalties.
They're
To
good.
be fair with you,
They're good, bro.
That's
You know,
a set
I've seen
piece
McAllister. I
masher.
haven't seen Sosbo. What at what?
Everything.
Free kicks.
Dead ball.
Yeah,
anything.
Soboslai's a good penalty.
Has to be
Sobo is a
Trent.
specialist.
I have to
Trent on penalties.
Trent free kicks.
Oh, okay.
The free kicks that Trent does.
Hey,
is
you remember
crazy,
that picture
bro.
of like what is
Certain
it? Milan. It was like
Trent's always been
remember
scoring.
that one Milan meme? It was like Beckham, Pirlo, and what's his
Yeah.
name? Ronaldinho over the
Ronaldinho,
dead
yeah.
ball.
Sobo,
So I
Trent.
got Silva, McAllister, and him. That's hard.
So you will take the penalties off Salah, your main goal scorer.
Yeah, and I'll
I
probably
wouldn't.
give it to. I mean, it's been free, but then again, it's maybe he's bad at only against Bournemouth.
How many goals does that remove?
Do you
from
get?
Salah's record?
Maybe he's just bad against only Bournemouth.
That's what I'm saying.
Missed against us.
He does bag a fair few penalties. I mean,
They just
does that-
smashed it down the middle. innit?
Personally, I don't believe in taking penalties off your goal scorer.
Yeah.
I remember Ronaldo went through a period at United where he started
just
missing a
miss.
few. You would never take penalties off Ronaldo, Rooney, Messi. Remember he had a period in his career where
Yeah.
you don't take penalties off those guys, bro, because they're goal scorers at heart. Like they live to score goals. And I think Salah too. It's a delicate situation of Salah because I think already his reaction coming up, being subbed off in the game. You hear the Saudi rumors. I don't want to upset my star player any more than I already have.
just signing a big deal as
Keep
well.
him on
Salah-
penalties. Trust Salah has shown you throughout his career at Liverpool that he's a certified goal scorer.
Yeah.
I would trust him to get himself out of this rut.
How many
Salah
more
is going to
misses,
do a mad thing this season.
I
How
don't
many
know.
more misses do you give it?
What do you mean?
As in, like, he's saying he would.
No, I agree with him. Yeah, I agree with him. Keep the faith. Like, it's not like.
You said you'd take him
You
off.
take him off.
No, would I? I personally wouldn't. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. If Klopp does it, I haven't got an issue with it. Okay, let me change up what I'm gonna say. If Klopp does it, it's fine. Me personally, I wouldn't say, yo, Salah, get off, bro. It's this thing. I can't do that. Have you seen how he spoke about himself in the EFPL?
Oh, yeah, Moses just picked himself for everything.
That's a player. I would keep the faith in Salah.
Sharky made him captain.
I did.
Sharky made him captain.
I made him captain.
And it worked.
You made him captain.
Who's your captain?
Now,
No,
this
for that game
weekend.
week that happened.
I did Diaby.
Huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Diaby.
No, yeah.
Stick around to the end of the video. One look at the league as well. FPL
You
league
put
and stuff.
Musa Diaby as your FPL captain.
But let me tell you
Get
why,
the
though.
poster.
Let me tell you why. I had to do
points
something.
for it.
You know what it is? Because I'm leaving you, man. I'm not in you man's race.
Huh?
I'm not in you man's race.
Who's
Oh,
race
you're
are
in
you
the
in?
relegation zone.
No, I'm gone. I'm fighting with Liban,
Well,
Ilias.
we'll talk about it
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about
when
it.
we
Yeah,
get
yeah.
there.
I'm gone.
Finishing up on this Liverpool game, we got correspondence from a Liverpool fan called Alexander, aka Young Tech. He said, controlled the game, looked a lot sharper. Would have liked the clean sheet, but Bournemouth deserved something for their first 25 minutes. Stand-up performers probably have to be Diaz, Szoboszlai, and the two at the back, Verge and Ibu. Also got Femi, who's also a Liverpool fan. He says, our main issues are obvious for everyone to see. Without playing a proper DM, we are so open on transition. McAllister was very good, but he needs someone to take up that defensive role behind him. It was good to get the 3 points, but this game showed we're still at the very least 2 players off the team that we need for the rest of the season. So
Yeah, they're gonna be for me. If they don't get those players, they'll be in and around those top 4 positions, and I think they can make it.
If
but
we get them players.
no, I said if you don't get those players, you'll be in and around those positions. This guy's excited, bro.
No,
Relax.
if we get them players.
No, if you get those players, then you can start dreaming a little. I still think you need to gel, and the team probably needs a year before you really get there. But without those players, I still think you have enough to make top 4.
I don't think we need a year.
You don't think so?
I'm gonna be real. Honestly, I'm gonna be so honest. I don't think we need a year to gel. I think we're at a position now where there's been players that's been there for years. It's not a mad transition where it's a crazy rebuild like what you guys getting new players in stuff. No, we got people. We got Alisson there. We got day ones. We got Trent. We got Van Dijk. These are leaders. What Chelsea's missing.
Trent and Van Dijk
We
leadership
have-
on the goal though didn't look too good, huh?
We got leaders, bro. Like we got leaders.
how about a mistake for the goal conceded then? Whose fault was it? Was it Van Dijk or was it Trent?
Trent.
Who would I say? Yeah,
think it was
Trent lost
Trent.
the ball, but then, yeah, I can't. Van Dijk's performance, that deserves. Don't clap me.
Nah, that ain't it, yo.
Don't clap me. You don't have to clap me.
I'll ask you a
But
question.
they know.
Who's at fault for the goal?
Who's
I
there?
believe, Trent was at fault, but I can't
I
blame.
think it was Trent.
I can't fully.
Where you siding? Trent?
I would say Trent, just because especially for someone who's been like we've been gassing him up. He can play midfield now.
Yeah.
That's a poor touch for a midfielder. You have to have better awareness, and that's always been my question about Trent. His passing range is otherworldly, but is his awareness and his ability like that? Being a midfielder, it's more just being able to pass.
Yeah.
You have to be able to receive at angles. You have to be able to play at angles. I question that. In
I
his
think
game.
sometimes though, there has to be pass appreciation, and I think if you're the centre back, especially if you're playing out, if you're passing to your players in dangerous positions, and in the middle of that pitch, I saw Trent straight away had 3 man on him. You know you've either got to tell him, "Hey, spin out straight away and lump that," or
But
he's
that's
in
what- that's
danger
what I'm
straight
saying.
away.
I think-
and
I
he
think-
fizzed it
that's what
into
I'm
him
saying.
as
I
well.
think-
So it's
and
like he's taking a jammy touch. I'm like, bro, you've done him a little bit mad there.
I agree. The pass wasn't optimal, but I think a natural midfielder in there
I'm not gonna
is
lie,
like
Rodri?
spinning. Yeah, Roger. Okay, you remember Bison pitch at times last season? Bison pitch receiving on the half turn like that? I think a natural midfielder is just
On the half
way
turn.
they've been developed throughout
Yeah.
their career. Okay, Trent played midfield at youth level, but just the way
Even
they've
still,
been,
not properly. Like he played right mid a lot. He played-
yeah. I just think central midfielders. They
I get
have
what you're
that
saying. It's
instinct
a
to
more
be able to turn
instinct.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
So
go.
that's why I agree. But Van Dijk had an amazing performance.
You saying comeback season?
I've never said he left.
Well, quick note as well. We'll talk about Liverpool before we move on.
You know what?
You're on top today,
You're dropping an 8.6 on Sofa Score right now.
I never said he left.
Listen, SDS, hey, someone make an SDS Sofa score.
Hey, yeah,
I want
for
to see
real.
ratings after every episode of people.
We need mad yellows. A couple of reds in there too.
Reds.
Yeah.
3.2.
Finally, Liverpool. By the way, Faisal had them to win the league.
Yeah, Faisal hype, man.
Remember, Faisal had them to win the league. Just saying. Next game. This game today at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. I think it's the latest time in the Premier League roundup that we've involved Arsenal's game on the.
It's always first up, innit?
Yeah, but it was.
It's
Does,
part
does,
of the what's it called? The part of the furniture now.
exactly. There's a lot of bigger games than the Arsenal game, but Arsenal they play today. I'm in the new, rocking the new kit.
Sharp. I like that. Kid.
I'm not wearing jeans with it today, but in the gym.
The gym photos.
But,
Jeans and gym. Crazy
it's a
combo.
new flex, bro. I was doing arms. What?
Hey,
Doing arms, man. You can
you got to sweat through your legs now?
Huh? Nah, I don't. I have a condition.
Bro said I only hurt straight from my top half.
I have a condition, bro. B14. I don't know that one. That was crazy. Aston played Palace away from home today. A 1-0 win.
He ain't got long left.
Yeah.
B14. That's coming soon, fam. What?
1-0 win for Arsenal away from home. We got the win, just like City 1-0 sometimes.
Yeah.
Penalty by Odegaard. Speaking of Salah just now, should he be taking off penalties? Saka's been taking off the penalty duties because
That's FPL. Arteta knows what he's doing.
he was on the pitch and
Arteta
Odegaard took a
plays.
penalty.
Arteta plays, and he forgot to put Saka on. That has to be.
Yeah, so that was your
That has to be. That's my theory. Like, it's something to do with the fantasy league.
I hope so.
But
Because, if Saka's not taking penalties, I got to reconsider, bro.
Well, okay, actually, Sam J. Dean tweeted saying Arteta said he had no clue that Odegaard would take the penalty. The Arsenal manager says it was a decision taken by the players on the pitch.
Fair enough.
Why though?
So he hasn't been taking off
Why?
penalties.
Saka's leaving then.
Saka said I don't want this.
Saka might be going to Al Ittihad.
Someone ain't got the cojones to step up anymore, it sounds like.
He might be going to Al Ittihad, boy. Saka might be leaving.
Mr.
Looks like he didn't want it. It looks like he didn't want it.
Interesting.
Salaam alaikum.
Interesting
Saudi Arabia is
observation.
calling. Your flight to Riyadh departs in a 6-hour flight. Before you board the airplane, please can you make sure all the mobile phone devices is off?
What's going on?
F1. Bukayo Saka. Welcome to Al Ittihad. He might be going Saudi.
Why? 'Cause he's gonna take a
He
penalty.
did take a penalty. He's angry. I heard Al Ittihad are in town. They're in town. They spoke to the league and said, "Give me 3 more
In
days."
town for Gabriel
They
Magalhaes.
said, "I need more." I said, 3 more days.
Smoke
Keep
screen.
open.
Huh?
Smoke screen for Saka.
Well, someone's going, fam. Someone's going, did it?
Saka,
Someone is
Saka,
going Jeddah.
Benzema, Jota.
Someone's going.
That's a scary team.
That's hard.
That's
hard.
a scary team.
Who's
I will
what
love
team?
Al-Ittihad.
Is it better than Al Ahly's front three?
It's better than United's front three.
Al Ittihad.
Half of Saudi League's better than
Al
United.
Ahly's front three is hard though. Huh?
Shocking.
Mahrez, Firmino,
That's your team,
Salah.
innit?
Yeah, we're
That's your
cooking.
team.
We're cooking.
That's your team.
What's your
I can
team?
tell.
Al Ahly.
My team's better.
mine's
My team's
team.
better. Al Ittihad.
Mine's Hilal.
Mine's NASA.
Meaty.
We got different
Meaty.
teams, yeah.
Al Hilal with Neymar.
Wait, what's your
That's a
team?
problem.
What's your team?
Al Ahly.
They
We
just
got
came out.
Bonding in goal
They
now.
came
bro.
Might be, yeah.
They got relegated.
We might be
man
getting
got
Verratti,
relegated.
though. We might be getting Verratti.
Them man got relegated.
You're
You
Al
see my
Nassr.
team? Let me tell you why I'm a real one.
They ain't phasing.
Let me tell you why I'm a real one. We play at the Prince Khalid Sports Stadium.
Nice. Okay.
Has I got internet?
Yeah, of course.
No, it's computer without internet.
Check it.
No,
Okay,
no,
so,
no, no,
okay.
no.
What do you mean okay? What do you mean okay? What's your cap?
Huh?
How many people can sit in your stadium?
I don't know. I'm guessing 40, 50K.
See? 40, 50K.
What's
But
yours?
70,000 people saw Neymar in the ceremony. But he said it's 40K.
Oh, you saying you don't know his team?
Oh,
don't know
check.
his team,
What's
man.
yours? What's yours?
So I was going to support your team. Your team was 27,000.
Yeah.
Al Ahly's 27.
Yeah.
I believe my one's around the 60K mark, Sharky. Correct me if I'm wrong?
Why did you decide that team?
Mine's 50.
Why did you decide
50K? Mine's
50,000?
58. But it's
Okay.
going to be
Yours is
expanded to
27.
80,000.
Yeah, why did you decide your team?
Mine's gonna be
Why?
expanded to
Al Ittihad?
Yeah.
Because I like
Convenient.
what it stands for.
What does it stand for?
Like a lot of poor people in Jeddah supports their team. They walk 3 hours to the stadium. They got a massive fan base. It's like it's real supporters.
That was
You know what I
beautiful.
mean?
That was
It's
curious.
beautiful. I was gonna support your one,
Me,
but
I only
then
support because of Mahrez.
I know.
Riyad Boudebouz. Hey,
But
my boy over there.
Hey,
they just come back.
Riyad
you know?
Boudebouz, the best
They come back from
penalty taker
relegation.
statistically. in-
Montpellier, we won't forget.
best
Trust me.
penalty-
Al Ahly, they came back from relegation, so I wasn't really.
But now we're cooking now, bro.
You might be
Plus we
cooking.
got Frank Kessié.
We're
Firmino.
talking about front threes though. My one, Malcolm, Neymar, Mitrovic.
Yeah, that's hard.
Hey.
Milinkovic,
Milinkovic Savic and Ruben Neves in midfield.
Koulibaly in the center back. Yeah, yeah.
Bono in
that.
goal.
Yeah, that's
I've
hard.
got Sadio Mane and Cristiano.
Yo, watch Kings.
Forget about it.
2023.
Forget
That ain't
about
moving me, man. That ain't moving me, man. Two more years. Couple old heads, bro. I'm
Thomas
surprised. I'm
Henry,
surprised.
class is
I'm surprised
permanent.
you're not supporting Al Ettifaq.
No,
with
because-
Gerrard and Henderson.
Oh, man.
Well, let's be real, man.
It's Scousers,
They
bro.
won the
Nah,
first two
you know
games.
what? I do as well. I support them as well.
Let's get back to the Arsenal game.
Tactics.
I can.
Hey,
Oh, yeah. Who's in Arsenal?
Saudi Roundup. Let's do a Roundup.
That'll be lit.
Yeah.
That'll be lit.
Well, to be fair, like I said,
We'll
the
do
mid-
an Arabic.
We play
the
you
mid-
guys soon.
the
Al
mid-
Nasser, Al Ali.
Listen,
We're
we
playing-
got
Wait.
We're
Wait.
rivals as well. Us.
We play you.
Are we?
December the 14th.
Hey, should we go?
December,
I almost joined you guys. I can't
You know
remember
what?
the name.
I'm
I
going.
think
December the
we should do
14th,
an
we play you.
SDS.
We play
Visit
you
Saudi.
soon as well.
Visit Saudi.
For sure.
Yeah, we play you.
SDS and KSA.
December 14th, we play you.
International.
I like
Live show in Saudi.
There we go. Why not?
Hajis, you coming out?
But on the there's not too much to happen at the Arsenal game. That's all he trailed off. But yeah, I mean, the big points were the Odegaard took the penalty, scored it. A red card for Tomiyasu, very controversial.
I can't lie.
I mean,
Very
that was
controversial.
Two yellows.
It was awful.
Soft.
It was a deserved red
See,
card.
It
No.
was. It was.
I
red
don't
card.
think so,
Let's
come
be
on.
real. It's not like McAllister's. It's not like Sorry, I'm doing a film.
Exactly. No, go for it.
It wasn't like a McAllister's one. Let's be real. Like you,
Shouldn't have been. The second
Tomiyasu,
yellow was
you're not going to appeal it.
The second
Arteta
yellow
won't
comes
appeal
out.
it. Yeah, Arteta won't appeal it, Sharks.
I think he would lose if
Let's
he
be
tried
real.
appealing
You're
it.
right. It's a soft thing, but Arteta won't appeal
Yeah.
it.
That's the thing. Is for me, I hear the soft thing.
It's
as
soft.
soon as it's arms
but
out,
yeah, when you're wrong, you're wrong.
you
Even
leave
the-
it. It's
even
like
the
we say
first
with
one,
the
though, was
defenders.
soft, to
You
be
leave
honest
the
with
leg out. You leave it in
Even
the
the
ref's
first
hands.
one, though, for me was soft. I mean, they showed. I don't know if they were showing.
Wasn't
on
it
your
time
stream, but-
wasting
No,
for
but
the start?
Havertz was holding onto the ball for 15 seconds. Tomiyasu takes the ball off him and holds it for 8 seconds, and he books Tomiyasu.
That's the. I would
there's
do the
weird
same.
rules
If
that
I
happen.
Havertz held it for 15 seconds. Tomiyasu for 8.
Yeah, because
there's
you're
weird-
frustrating me now.
there's
You're
weird-
doing
yeah,
what he's doing.
That's true.
Do you get
There's
it?
weird rules. You
It's
know
a
now.
team tactic.
Come on, you
He's
saw
thinking
your
as a
boy
ref,
do that.
yeah.
Don't do.
Yeah.
Even now, even there's a
Yeah,
rule
yeah,
where
I
I think
hear
if
it.
3 players crowd the ref, the
book
third
him.
player, the third player gets booked. So the first 2 don't. The last player gets booked.
That's crazy.
There's some
Yeah,
weird-
You're, just
there's
gonna
some-
add, you're gonna add the time at
Do
the
you
end
remember what you said
anyways,
as well?
bro. Like that don't make sense
During
to
the
me.
game if you can't call out for someone to get booked anymore.
Yeah, well, that's
'Cause
all. I
you
think
get
that has been a thing, to be honest with you. But I
Wasn't
think at
Partey
this-
doing that when what's his name died? He should've got
Refs,
booked.
anyways, they don't like when you go and tell them book that guy. But definitely complaining in general. Like Bruno, I think went up to him just to even talk. He's the
I
captain.
remember that.
And he booked him.
Yeah.
I'll book him 24/7. Just the way he looks,
You can't
everything
book him
about him, I'll book
24/7.
him.
2 bookings already sent off.
I'll send him off before the game started.
But
You're off.
but now there's issues at Arsenal. Timber's out for the season.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu has been sent off. He played left back today. What do Arsenal do in that position?
I think they gotta go into the market again.
Go to the market, get a
Especially
loan.
if
I think so.
yeah.
You have a solution?
No,
there?
no.
Or
Yeah.
Zinchenko.
Well, you've got Zinchenko, but if he
Tierney.
doesn't come back, Tierney, and then
I think
Kiwior.
you have
Tierney's
one
not
more
off.
solution.
Tierney's not
Kiwior.
off though.
Bukayo Saka.
He went left back today, actually.
Are you saying it's the era of roles?
Hey, listen.
Saka's
You do what you
versatility.
can for the team, for the greater cause. You
It's
love
true.
Arsenal that much.
It's
I'm
true.
willing to play
Put your
left back
best
today.
player left back.
I mean,
Is he your best player?
Yes.
Alright, this guy. Hey,
You got me.
you're crazy.
Steven Gerrard done it before.
I
The
think
greats do it.
Kiwior played
The
there
greats
last
do
year,
it.
didn't he? He's one
You
I
have
have
to
to would
go
have
right
just
back.
slotted in.
Gerrard went right back. Henderson went centre back. Fabinho went centre back. Like this happens. Like you have to. You get me to be considered
did
the
Giggs
best
do?
player.
These are everywhere.
Yeah, to be considered the
Greatness.
best player, you're gonna have
You
to
love
do
your
that.
club?
But Sharks, yeah, you definitely need to.
Look at this
I don't think
gaslighting.
you
You love Arsenal.
You need to buy.
Hey, listen. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
right, loan. Cancelo loan?
No, because imagine Gabriel goes Saudi,
I
want
think he's-
Cancelo at
brother.
Arsenal.
You need to
What's
think.
not to like at Arsenal?
Well, I know. Hey.
You want that curse over at Arsenal?
Hey,
Hey, I don't know if you want
Is that a genuine concern though? If Gabriel leaves,
100%. Of course, you can't say no.
If he leaves, we're in trouble.
Yeah,
yeah. How big is that?
Massive.
In the sense of because
Fabrizio
Ben
to be-
White all of
yeah.
a sudden now slots into centre back. He's done okay in the first 2 games, but obviously it's
Here's the thing. Before Timber went down and before this Tomiyasu's suspension, it wasn't an issue because, like you said, Ben White goes in there, Tomiyasu can play out there, Timber can play out there. I think you kind of had that depth. Partey is even now playing as like a right back who inverts into the middle. But now that all these injuries are starting to stockpile, and you mentioned Tierney, I think Tierney is gone. I think he's going to end up
he's
leaving. I
leaving,
think
that's
Gabriel is actually the one who's going to stay. I think Fabrizio said that that's
it's
just
fine.
air, to be honest.
Okay.
But they keep blinking you guys to, what's his name, Fresneda from
Yeah,
Valladolid.
I went for a Sneader.
Yeah. Faisal, I'm sure would love
the
to talk
Spanish
about
kid.
that.
Faisal is gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
Hot
yeah.
talent of the year.
He's like,
I'm
hey,
telling you,
my
brother.
socks are in Fresneda. My socks.
Buy now.
It's like a Drake song.
Oh my god. His body's good.
Yeah. Don't get me started. What do you say? The tattoos. That's what you said about Fresneda, bro. He's gonna act like he's seen Fresneda 50 times. Shut the hell up, man. You've seen him.
Yeah, watching the
You've seen him home against Real Madrid, away against Real Madrid.
That's it.
We ain't hearing any of
That's
that,
what we're
bro.
saying. That's all he sees in his plays, man. But yeah.
Elias clocked his whole gimmick,
I clocked it. From time I clocked it, bro.
Hey.
It's obvious to see. But I got some correspondence. A couple notes in that game though. Eddie Nketiah, he had a lot of touches. He had more touches inside the opposition box than the whole of Crystal Palace did in the first half.
He should have buried that.
He had a couple
chance.
chances.
That one where he tried to go for the cute dink. I think
yeah.
it's the frustration that a lot of Arsenal fans with him, where they feel like sometimes he's a bit nonchalant, doesn't really, goes for the kind of more wow moment, if you like. And I'm like, bro, you're 0-0 down. You're not a guaranteed starter in this team. Bury your chances. Yeah, man.
0-0 down.
Hey.
I missed that.
When it comes to Arsenal, that's the last thing. You're 0-0 down. But nah, I can't even figure out what I was saying now.
You're basically saying Nketiah.
Take shots.
Yeah, for me, those chances, I'm sorry, are unforgivable. And it's the moments like that where Arsenal fans look at and they're like, see, that's why he can't fill Gabby Jesus' boots, because he's missing them types of chances. So
would Gabby
Yeah, I was
Jesus.
gonna say that's not the right.
what?
So would he hit me?
Yeah, Jesus is the king of missing
They
those
call
kind
him
of chances.
BCM.
Yeah, I know, but
BCM.
he should be the guy that steps in and scores those. Because that's the one thing they say, he's a finisher. At least he's got finishing. You're going to play around with your food. You ain't going to get no chances, brother. You're going to be starving on the bench and then be looking at Sambi Lakonga like, what, bruv? What? What are you complaining for, bruv? Yeah, you're going to be complaining as well about lack of minutes soon, bruv.
Oh, man. Wow.
You got real hatred in your heart with this club.
Eddie and Nketiah.
Get my hating bag,
He hates Arsenal.
Eddie and
bro.
Nketiah on top up top for Spurs.
You take him, bro.
Balogun?
Valid
You're
good.
taking Balogun.
I like
Give
someone
us
who hates
90.
Arsenal.
Give us 90.
I know he's got some hatred in him.
Give us 90 though. Give us 90.
What the hell? 90?
For you, brother, 90.
Special price.
For you, brother, special price, 90.
You know what I've clocked of him, though? I always used to say it. This guy hates Arsenal more than he actually likes Spurs, bro. I've clocked, bro. He hates Arsenal.
Them ones.
He started supporting Spurs because they were Arsenal's rivals, bro. This guy, his blood is just Arsenal hatred.
I'm very close to that with United, close.
Yeah.
I love Arsenal, but
hate
seeing United lose is just a little bit below the satisfaction
Gives
of
me
seeing
just as
Arsenal
much
win.
joy, I'll say that. They give
I
me
love
equal
it.
satisfaction. If
I
I get a
love
Spurs
it.
win and an Arsenal...
On the weekend like this, an Arsenal win and the United loss, that is
Double
the
homicide.
best. And a Chelsea loss. Oh my God. Bro, Arsenal win and a Chelsea and United loss on the same weekend is the greatest weekend I can have. And I hope for another 3-4 days this season. Because the thing is, Spurs play against United. But I would rather Spurs beat United than United beat Spurs. How about that?
I'm happy you're willing to admit that. I'm happy you're willing to admit that.
Of course, man.
Yeah, because a lot of Arsenal fans are like, oh, United fans beg the rivalry.
I don't
Let's be
care
honest, bro.
about Spurs.
Arsenal and United fans do not like each other,
Of
bro.
course, man. This is great.
How it should be.
Okay, correspondence from Austin CPFC. You guys know what team he supports. He says, it's glaringly obvious that we need a striker in by next week. Has to be done. No excuses. Edouard was so lazy tonight. Not one off that bench could possibly have scored or impacted that game apart from JRS and Ahamada, who weren't bad. The board need to act.
I genuinely
fast.
think that front three that they have there, Mateta, Ayew, and
Edouard, it's awful.
might be the worst striker combination I've ever seen.
I said the same thing last season. And you know what I said it? I said it when they played Arsenal at the Emirates. Because I remember, I think it was 0-0 at the time. Edouard gets sent through on goal. First of all, the pace to train getting behind was diabolical. It looked like he had like weights on his feet. And then, bro, he had the most unconvincing finish of all time.
Yes.
Bro, that is like you said, it's the worst attacking depth in the league, bro.
Must be like, as a Palace fan, to see Zaha,
Olise.
Olise, and then that is what's finishing your chances.
Do you know who would be good
I
then?
was just mentioning Balogun for Spurs. He would be perfect.
Or Nketiah. I used to always say Nketiah should go to
Nketiah
Brighton or Crystal Palace.
Do you know who will go? Do you know who will be good?
Who's that?
Danny Ings.
Danny Ings I like that shot.
Palace.
Danny Ings at Palace.
Ings at
don't.
Palace.
Yeah,
will
Ings
be
just to be the guy who
crazy.
finishes off the chances.
Have you seen him at Villa and...
That's why I'm saying he's at the wrong
West
places.
Ham.
He's at the wrong
West Ham, he
places.
started to
Well, the
look-
guy
let-
looks as bad as his hair transplant. Stop.
Let him go.
Claret and blue. Claret and blue.
Let him go
He only
there.
goes to Claret and blue
Yeah,
clubs.
Claire's
Fam.
got to release a new
Yeah,
but if
wicket.
he leaves that
Release a
alone-
new wicket.
He's done them all.
If he does the
Burnley,
red and blue-
West Ham, and
Imagine
Villa.
Danny Ings, blood and crip at the same time.
Oh, because they were red and blue.
Come on, bro.
That took a second to
How
jump.
do you think of this stuff, bro?
Danny Ings needs to go there. I'm telling you now.
All right, Palace fans, let us know if you like Danny Ings at your club.
Arsenal, by the way, great resilience.
Yeah.
Without a man and Palace, okay, like we just said, their attackers stink. But, bro, Arsenal kept them at bay, man. Honestly, they looked comfortable, and I think that's what we're kind of learning with this new Arsenal team for the last year or so, that they know how to deal with adversity. Certain other teams don't. That's all I'll say. They don't know how to deal with adversity. I'm not looking at you.
You know what you're saying?
Why are you pointing at Fuad?
Because he knows he's cussing your
What's
team.
he talking about?
I'm cussing my team.
If you're ready to cuss his team, I'm ready.
Go on.
I'm ready.
I'm cussing my own team. You don't need to cuss it.
What'd you say about your team?
I just said they don't know how to deal with adversity.
See, he's switching it. He knows what he's doing.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Let's go over to the Midlands.
That one's left in it. Ah!
We go over to the Midlands now. What a game. Wolves 1, Brighton 4.
Hey.
The game was a lot closer than the score indicates,
I was
but
going to say, yes.
But, hey, Wolves, Mitoma, Estupinian, Chance calls him a stupid man. I don't know why. And Ciso, the
Solly.
double assists.
Solly.
You know, they got Solly.
Does
Solly
Estupinian have the most memeable name on the planet?
Oh,
by the way?
incredible.
Yes.
Purvis Estupinian?
Purvis.
Bro.
What a name.
You pervert. You stupid.
Yeah, but Solly March double.
Hey.
You know,
I like-
and Ciso
I like-
double assist.
Yeah, I like what Cam said with Solly March and Pascal Gross, and I'm sure everyone agrees.
that, yeah.
From August to November, Ballon d'Or contenders.
Them, that's their team.
It's true.
They are front runners for the Ballon d'Or.
Solly
For
March
those
on-
3 months, first 3 months of the season, best players in the
All of a
league.
sudden, Solly March is in conversations for England.
Bruh.
You
They're
know,
asking him
can he play for a bigger team?
When is Southgate going to call you up? Whenever he
Wolves-
does.
You know,
I'll take the call. I'll be ready for the call.
this Wolves team arguably destroyed Man United.
They did. There's nothing
Arguably destroyed Man United.
Arguably destroyed Man United. This same Wolves team that played last week.
Facts,
that
facts,
played
facts.
couple.
At Old
Arguably
Trafford.
at Old Trafford. But you saw what happened to them when they played Brighton.
At home.
So imagine Brighton against Man United.
Long.
And I can already tell
The
there's
maths is there.
gonna
I
be
like that.
fans in the comments. United fans are gonna be A, they're gonna be saying you're a fake United fan, but B, they're gonna say, oh, you have to give him time. You have to give him time. I watched Wolves, who I think everyone and their mother has going down or fighting relegation. Come, Mateus Cunha look like Kaká, bro. Honestly, we made them look like Brazilo too. I ain't trying to hear that. Like you said, bro. If we play Brighton,
I think the
if another
first-
team, if we go to the MX,
first
they're
2
gonna cook us.
games-
He's had enough time.
bro.
Sharky, you go to a PT for 1 year, but you're not seeing change into your body. Whose fault is it? You're not going to the gym. You're not going to the gym.
Oh, my fault.
So deep it. You're blaming yourself, right?
Yeah, if I'm paying, I'm not going. Yeah.
Eric Ten Hag's been there for a year. He's been at Man United for a year.
He's going to the game.
There's no
He's going to
philosophy.
training.
Let him go. He's going to the training to do what? To beat his head in the change room. He's going there. There's no philosophy. They don't
How
know.
did they get to United here?
They have no identity.
Yeah, it's Wolves versus
They're
Brighton.
having a midlife
United
crisis.
show, bro. Keep going.
No, it's the truth though. They have no identity. So what? I got a notes.
Yeah, I thought you had notes.
I got my notes. I wrote it down.
Do you have notes for this game?
only went after the United game. After the United game, you run out of
Yeah, for
notes.
this one.
Wolves.
Yeah.
He's freestyling after
This is
this.
why. This is and
No,
it
Wolves
goes back
Brighton,
to my
man,
point.
Wolves
Yeah,
Brighton.
that's what I'm saying. Man United need like a De Zerbi. But listen,
Yeah,
let
go on.
me finish.
Go.
They need like a De Zerbi, but I'll be so scared for De Zerbi.
What,
to
the
go
Zerbi on the left wing?
there. Left wing. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Hey, you can't be any worse than Anthony, bro. I'll put him on the right.
But this is what I'm trying to say. De Zerbi.
Yo, he's doing random applauses today. I like
Hey,
this.
he's dictating this podcast, bro.
Let's be real
He
sharp.
points at you, clap.
Casado. Go on.
Take it.
McAllister.
Go.
Go on.
Trossard.
Trossard. Go on.
Colwill.
That was on
Go-
mine. Kukurea.
Bissouma. Like,
Bissouma.
that's his name. Bissouma, fam.
Bossuma, bruv.
It's not Bus, it's Bissouma. All these players gone. But De Zerbi, he'll still find a way. Do you know how mad that
They
is?
got that other kid as well that scored in the first game. Winger black kid.
Sandriga.
Yeah,
I said
him,
he's
yeah,
the new
him.
one.
He
They
will
sent him
still
out to
find a
Belgium
way.
last year.
Yeah.
He's going to be the new package this year that
Right,
lands
and whoever
somewhere.
they scout, if I'm a technical director at any club, you know that meme of Mr. Beam, Mr.
The-
Beam wrote the homework. I'm looking at whoever.
LeBron one.
Yeah.
He might be
I'm
doing
just copying homework, bro. Honestly,
Bro,
who are you
he-
scouting? This kid from Tanzania? Okay, let's bring
He's
him
doing
in.
the scouting and bringing in the correct players. De Zerbi is coaching them, bro. He's managing them. He's bringing the best out of them. Do you get? We see them on the pitch, but in the training field, we don't know what they like. De Zerbi does. This guy deserves credit, man.
No, I agree.
He
But
deserves credit.
Wolves,
A lot of what they do.
that scoreline though is
crazy,
the
bro.
injustice to Wolves, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think they,
4-1 is a bit harsh. I mean,
Even the United game, they've
Who,
been
Gary
unfair.
O'Neill's team?
I think the
Yeah.
first 2 games.
Gary O'Neill's team. Is that what we're talking about, yeah?
Fair play. I think, what is it? 37, 39 shots they had the first 2 games, Wolves. So they're playing good football. I think it's just, I don't think, I remember when we were doing the predictions, everyone was saying kind of like Wolves relegation. I don't know if they will be, But I'm worried about their lack of goals. That's the other thing as well. Obviously, Jimenez wasn't really scoring much anyway, but they got the big striker back, Sasha Kaladzic or some long name.
The one who got an ACL. Like
He needs to bang straight away, yeah. Or Hwang, who I think got the consolation.
He scored, yeah.
Cunha as
consolation,
well,
wasn't he?
too.
Cunha, do you know the problem is
Very good.
Cunha's like Nico Jackson. He's
Very
going to
good
be
build
all
up,
the
good
gear
link up, yeah,
without the execution. But then with Nico
He
Jackson,
works on that.
could be a
I'm a
problem.
massive fan of
Who's
him.
here?
Cunha.
Liverpool, you taking?
I don't know. I don't think he's. No, personally, I won't. I'm happy with my squad, but obviously we need a few more. But with Cunha,
He's mid, but I like him.
He's my mid.
When you're at Wolves and stuff like that, amazing.
I can enjoy
I like
you.
it. You
I
know what
can
I'm gonna
enjoy
say?
you.
Like sometimes you don't need to move. Like the Zerbi, don't go Old Trafford. Don't do that.
The Zerbi's cold, bro.
Yeah, stay at Brighton, bro. Like
You could go do
no,
better.
because if he goes Old Trafford, they'll destroy. And I don't want. He doesn't deserve to be destroyed. He's a good guy, man. He doesn't deserve to be destroyed. So like. Cunha, I don't want him. Like, stay at Wolves, bro. Like, what you're doing is amazing. Like, sometimes it just works out for players. You know what I mean? If you stay at one club, it works out for you.
He's been around too.
This
He
is
used
your
to be
lane.
at Atletico. He used to be at
Flopped.
Leipzig. Yeah.
Flopped.
But look. Well, yeah.
Flopped.
No,
Both clubs.
that's what I'm saying. But now we're giving him credit. He's at Wolves.
True. But how good is like Mitoma's goal as well? That guy's not.
He's
You lot, Matoma.
This is gonna lose weight though eventually, bro.
No, but the way he was
Of
gliding.
course,
the
of
way
went
course.
uni. He went uni.
Matoma deserves it, but now we're gonna flood everyone.
Yeah.
But this guy is a genius. Matoma is. Who's gonna sign him? Who's gonna sign him? Who's gonna sign this guy?
I'm telling you, if
this
Caicedo
guy's
was
crazy,
115,
bro.
what is Mitoma gonna go for, bro?
He's got to run down.
Who's gonna sign him? Because this guy, what he's doing last season, he did last season.
Remember that weird part of the season last year where people were trying to like act like, yo, he's just a flair player.
Yeah.
He's 26 years old, so he can't be.
I won't forget that.
It
I
was so weird
remember
because one
they
Bissaka locked
they
him
were
up.
like, yo, can we have some goal contributions? No more flicks and tricks. And I was like, yo, you lot, the shiny new toy syndrome is very real. People see it and it's like, it's nice. 2 months later, it's like 2 stinkers is all it
We're in
takes.
the we're in the low attention.
Bro, it's
attention span
crazy.
period.
Like what I
So
said.
yeah, you just said you watched the whole movie on TikTok.
Yeah.
So you're
Like
you're
what I
just
said.
part of that.
Like what I said.
Crazy fullback.
Got it.
You got me. You did. I can't lie.
Like what I said about players
Yeah.
in this season, high important is like the restrain one. This is important because if you don't do nothing, forget about it. Matoma, if he replicates what he did last season,
Yeah. Big move.
Madrid.
Where you see him going?
he doesn't deserve to be anywhere in the Premier League. Not in a crazy way. Like you're dead. Like you deserve the best, bro. Like you studied this thing.
You're a good one. The way you said that, you deserve the
studied this,
best.
G.
Awesome.
You
Like
special.
you're special, bro.
Yeah.
Like you studied the.
Hey,
What you're doing, you studied it.
It's true.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Nah,
And
it's
you went
so
university.
Did
He's
you tell me
I'm
you
not
went
kicking ball
university with him?
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not kicking ball now. That's what he said to me.
It's so
Not
funny
kick
because he
ball.
tries to distance himself from his thesis.
He's
but it's
humble,
like-
bro. Humble hustle.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro,
He
the
deserves
way
it.
you play, nah, we gonna beat you with that.
What
for the
country?
rest of your life?
Where's he from?
Japan.
Japanese.
Land of the rising sun, bro.
Who's his captain? Who's his captain in Japan?
You saw it.
Who's his captain in Japan?
Endo, though.
In the Japanese squad, who's the captain, fam? Who wears the armband? Who tells the man to do that? Endo taught him everything he needs to know. It's making sense.
Yeah, you see that move?
Yeah.
I told him everything he knows.
It makes sense.
That was the most predictable shit I've ever seen in my life, bro.
No, it makes sense. But yeah, no, Brighton.
They're good.
I'm so happy that they need Europa League again.
Do you lot see the drop off this year? Obviously, they're in Europa League. I think they're gonna go deep in that. I reckon anyway. But do you see that affecting their league form?
It could be because it's going to be new to them.
I hope not, man. That's my team.
I know. I hope not, but it happens. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like they're another one that in the predictions everyone was taxing them because they're in Europe. It's like Brighton will finish. And I was one of them. I'm saying I was like Brighton will probably finish 9th this season, maybe outside the European spots, but they could do a deep run in Europe. And I think looking at the first 2 games, I think Newcastle and Brighton, you're looking at thinking they might do better than. But I'm like, when Europe kicks in, is it gonna affect it?
it might
The
affect.
season's broken into like many different stages.
think-
Bro, there's even a post-March marathon.
Bro, there's so much.
You're
man.
so
Like,
right, honestly.
City cruise. As long as they're in the top 2 by like the new year, they cruise and then they go 10 wins in a row.
Yeah, maybe load
There's
management.
so much.
Their
yeah.
season starts in
The
April.
season doesn't start till March, April. Like there's so much. There's so much to go. So
With Brighton, I think he'll be more of a culture shock than
In
Newcastle.
Europe?
Yeah, like going Azerbaijan, Romania. It's cold them
Yeah, I wouldn't
places.
remain.
You guys
Yeah,
said
man.
about Brighton.
You've been
I
there.
said
Shock,
Brighton,
you've been there,
I
fam.
could
You got
see
robbed.
a fall off. I look at
Because
They
even
took a Primo beanie hat.
no, but
It was new release as well.
In Bucharest.
Man, they went like that. Boom.
even if you look at their bench on the weekend, though, they had Evan Ferguson, they had Dahoud. So
João
it's not
Pedro
like
as well.
João Pedro. So I'm like, bro, they've actually got the depth. So maybe could they actually mix it too? It's like Newcastle. I was thinking they might not have the depth for Europe, but then in the first game week, took off Isaac Wilson scores, took off Barnes or Gordon Barnes scores. So I'm like, maybe they do have the
Zerbi is
depth.
adaptable.
Yeah,
too,
with-
he's changing the way they're playing. By the way, even the way they're building up is very different to
Yeah.
last season. Keep an eye out on Brighton, bro.
If Brighton don't get nervous from the occasion, like in terms of Europa League, like don't use the star men as of now. Do
That's
it
where
like
the
how
Adringers
do it
and
how
all
the
them,
big
man.
guys do it when they're in there. Like put the little ones in there first, and then maybe you know.
I don't think they will though. I think even the fans in the club will.
I don't think they will, but I think they should, man. Do that. Yeah, just act like you've been here before.
I'm
This is
interested.
normal for us because act like you've been here.
Yeah,
Act
like
like you've been
Brighton's
here
been here
before.
before.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
but
this is Brighton's first time getting a bad bitch, bro.
You know what I mean? Act like you- If you act like
That's the Idris of Laurie Harvey.
if you act like
He's giggling. That's Brighton right now, bro. They're living it up, bro.
act like you've been here before.
They're living it up, bro.
Brighton, big Brighton, like tall out, big.
Introduce you to the
Practice?
parents, the family,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Chill, man.
yeah, just relax, man. You talk about practice?
About practice.
You're meant to be the franchise team. You talking about practice?
Oh wow.
Practice, man.
He's
Not the
pulling
not
out
the
of
game.
it. He's
Not the
pulling-
game.
Not the game.
Not the game.
Practice.
Not the game I love.
Yeah.
Practice.
Practice.
Wow.
We talking about practice.
You're in your bag now. That's quoting Allen Iverson on the pod. Who
You have
are
to,
you?
fam. I might call him or I might call him Ted. You don't know.
Ted Lasso.
You don't know.
This is a masterclass today, bro. He's in the dark green territory.
9.7 now. We're at the silver score,
Ted
bro.
Lasso to James.
I feel like it's like. No, but it's the truth. Like, act like you've been here before, man. Don't play the big guns. Like, Matoma can chill. Like, remember, Premier League is hard, bro. Because you're going to be playing Sundays now. Thursdays and Sundays you're going to be playing. That's going to be your fixtures.
So are you.
Yeah, I know. But I know.
You might bump him in there, bro.
You are nasty with that.
But the maddest thing
Oh
is,
yeah, so you don't forget that.
someone's team is going to join us and someone's team is going to be in Europe. Going to be Europe.
We'll
Europe.
find out.
He's gonna join me. He's gonna join me. No, Europe.
No, you're in the conference league, no?
No.
They didn't even get that
You
shit.
didn't even get to the glass first.
Villa competition.
So they're niche. No, but it's good for them.
They're having fun this year.
No, right now it's good for you. It's good for them.
have
Right
fun.
now,
I like that
they're
angle.
on
I
a
like that
rebuild.
It's like us a couple
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago. It's true. It works.
So you are going to be playing Europa League, and one is going to play.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know?
And you get
Newcastle.
We're gonna meet again.
Newcastle put this out right now. They're gonna either draw Real or Bayern or Barca or someone. They're gonna come to St James's Park. Newcastle are gonna wipe the floor with them. I'm telling you, Newcastle are gonna have a massive European night. where they're
Newcastle have
gonna-
done that to Barca before, you know that.
Bro,
Not to
that
us.
stadium
Oh,
is
102?
a cauldron, bro.
Y'all remember?
Insane. Nah, I don't, bro.
Back in my day, ass.
I don't.
Back in my
I don't.
we were Newcastle under Sir Bobby Robson.
Like Bellamy did.
Let's hear from a Brighton player.
You remember them in the Champions
Yeah, I
League?
read about it though. You watched that.
He
shit
does
live,
it.
bro.
He does.
Is it?
We didn't.
No, he said you remember them. Champions League,
Yeah.
innit?
Bro, he was
man,
there
I
in
was
the
a young
stadium.
buck, man.
So, what about Roy Hodgson's 25th birthday? Was it lit?
He was there to the stank.
Brought the cake.
You bastard.
Let's hear from a Brighton fan. Tactical Regista is always coming. He's always around.
The goat.
He says the field tilt has been
That's his favorite thing.
I knew it was coming as soon as in the first line.
He said the field tilt has been varied with Wolves getting some chances, but Brighton able to manage their threat as Steele made some good saves. Overall, another fantastic win for Brighton, who scored 8 goals in just 2 games, able to do this while playing an attractive style of football and after losing the likes of McAllister, Caicedo and Colwell. Speaks volumes of De Zerbi's quality. On the other side, we've got a Wolves fan, probably not SN. Says we've now created a total of 38 attempts over 2 games, which is massive improvement from the mediocre lack of attacking threat in last season. If we're unable to finish anything, it amounts to nothing, as we have learnt the hard way over the opening 2 games. Overall, not a great performance. Hopefully, we put that performance past us and try get 3 points against Everton, which will be crucial on our journey towards survival this season.
That's a
And
mid-off.
I trust that Gary O'Neill will be getting the team ready to get a much better performance out of the team than this week's game.
That's fair.
Hey, Everton, I think they could beat them.
Everton are gash.
I think
bro.
Wolves could be Everton. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Everton are
What
gash.
a perfect time for Wolves to be playing in Everton, because I know for a fact, I'm going to say it now, Everton's gone.
Yep.
They're
Well,
gone
what
from
a
the Premier
perfect
League.
time to
I
get into the
agree.
Everton game now,
Yeah.
as they went away to Aston Villa and they lost 4-0.
They're gone. They're coming out of the Premier League. They're going to
Everton
be
are
playing
awful,
Championship in the new
bro.
stadium. bro.
Everton are awful, man.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to see it. Honestly, not because I hate you, the fans, not because I hate the players, but this club deserves it, bro. They have been dodging their fate for the longest amount of time. This is, I used to say, it's the worst run club in Europe. When we were talking about the Sigurdsson days and the Rooney days, where
Literally.
they're just handing out
From
crazy
then.
bags, bro.
From then.
Bro, but that's my point. I used to get so annoyed because this is back when I used to vouch for the Super League. I was like, oh, if any European team that played in Italy or Spain or Germany were run the way Everton were run, they'd be in administration, bro. And they got lucky because of the Premier League package. They kept staying up and it kept saving them. But eventually, bro, those players end up leaving. You're not able to afford better ones. And you're left with, in my opinion, the most bang average, mediocre team in the Premier League. I said it last year. The teams that got relegated, Leicester, Southampton, and I can't remember even who else was the third one. They all had better
Leeds.
squad. Yeah, they all had better squads in terms of individual quality than Everton. This team stinks.
Yeah.
This team stinks.
And the worst thing is, I don't even think Sean Dyche can get a tune out
Impossible.
of that defense.
Impossible.
Like you normally look at his teams and you're like, yeah, at least they've got character. At least they've got a bit of resilience about them. You look at Everton and you're like, I don't know if he can really get them singing off his hymn sheet, if you like. I don't
no
know.
goals either,
The
bro.
lack of individual quality, the lack of goals. I think Calvert-Lewin came back first game injured straight away. I don't know. They seem
Who did they sign this year?
they
Ashley
seem
Young
so
and who?
doomed.
Danjuma.
Danjuma's basically
They finally got him.
they finally got him. He owes them, but I think first 2 games he's been on the bench, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like
Worst run club,
Ashley
like you
Young
said.
is,
in England, bro.
Ashley Young is your marquee signing for the window, broski. In 2023,
And he's the one that made a big mistake for one of the goals.
You got to call it a day, man.
But
honestly.
literally, like I said,
Nonto
worst-
They
was the
want
other one.
Nonto. They haven't bought him
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
They
Oh, they
haven't
haven't
got
got
him.
him.
Notto.
No, Nonto is going on strike at Leeds, but it
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
Leeds don't want to let him go.
Imagine that being your life, though, having to choose between Leeds.
No, that's what I'm
or
saying.
Everton.
Nonto, if he comes, he's fighting for his life to go to Everton. He's just going back to the
Bro,
championship a year
I'm like,
later,
that's
bro.
not worth fighting for, man.
I think he's doing it on a showcase. He's gonna
Showcase what,
he's
bro?
gonna
You do not want double relegations on your
Just,
CV,
no,
bro.
just to leave.
Oh, Ramsey.
Everton, they twice, bro. They
Take it.
You're gonna have that.
what?
Got Davaraya as well. What's talking about?
You bought.
Couple
It's not
relegations.
about Arsenal. What's about Everton and being their worst run club?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
they are. They've had so
They've
much
been
money,
doing that, innit?
and they spent so much money, and they've had managers to the caliber of Ancelotti, Rafa Benitez, but they didn't need them. They got and then they have managers like Duncan Ferguson or
Yeah,
Sean
yeah.
Dyche. Like, what are you doing? What's
Yeah,
your philosophy?
they-
Do you know how many managers Seamus Coleman has played under?
So many.
At Everton.
nowadays. Think about
12.
it. Moyes.
12.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's played under 12. I just counted 12 managers. He's under at Everton.
Moyes.
Let's see how many we can name.
Martinez.
Come on, let's see how
Moyes.
many.
This is what is it? Mastermind.
do it, yeah, let's do it.
Moyes, Martinez,
Lampard.
Allardyce,
Koeman.
Lampard, Koeman,
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti,
Marco
Benitez,
Silva.
Marco Silva,
Duncan Ferguson.
Duncan. No, did I say Duncan Ferguson?
Yeah.
Oh, you said him?
Okay,
Duncan
add
Ferguson.
9. The current one they have, Sean Dyche.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's 10. You said 12. I
Lampard.
already named Rafa. I named Lampard.
Oh.
Uh,
I think one was caretaker though. But he was caretaker.
Alan Stubbs.
Nah,
that one of them?
He was the caretaker.
So you named 10 out of 12 though.
Surely we're missing a big one. There's definitely been a.
You named 10 out of 12. That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I lost mastermind. I'm not good at this one.
Nah, but 10 out of 12 in one attempt.
Come on, winner. Come on, champ. Huh? You ain't got to know more, huh?
So the one you're not gonna get is David Unsworth.
Yeah, I would never get.
Oh, yeah.
Did you say Marco Silva?
Used to be a left back for them. You don't
yeah,
know
no,
him.
play for
them.
He used to play for them.
They don't know about
Left
that.
back.
David Unsworth. There you
Him
go.
and Stephen Naismith.
Hey, he knows, bro. Who did you name then? Who did you not name?
Are you sure it's 12?
I think it's 12.
Moyes,
Well, Unsworth
Martinez,
comes twice.
Unsworth, Coleman,
Rangers legend.
Allardyce, Silva, Ferguson, Ancelotti, Benitez, Lampard, Dyche. It's 11.
It's 11.
The
Oh,
only
I
one
named
that
all
we
11.
missed was
Unsworth.
Unsworth.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm decent at this.
Mm.
Hey, yeah,
Pan pipe.
Respect.
give my damn round of applause. Bro.
Yeah, no,
Thank you. There you go.
Respect.
They got
But
down.
but yeah, they are run
You have
awfully.
to.
And let's look at the game itself. 4-0 to Aston Villa. I don't know, man. Villa looked so good, but the Everton also didn't look great at all.
Yeah.
Villa are running riot. Ollie Watkins though, not
Yeah.
scoring.
Yeah.
Missed a lot of chances. They're bringing the other striker, scores in his first attempt.
I
Obviously,
mean,
off the back of a
it's,
mistake.
it's almost like the perfect response to getting hammered by Newcastle 5-1. I feel like last week it was almost like, well, I felt a little bit vindicated.
Yeah,
I was like,
see,
yeah.
Villa doing well
I
this
don't really rate Villa's. Well, I I think the way people are rating Villa's window is similar like how people rating Spurs' window last year, and I'm a bit like,
Who's rating Villa's? You know who it is? There's
No.
a guy on this panel who really, really rates Villa. No, that's not him. I don't know. Maybe it's you.
I never said that.
I don't know. Who likes La Liga a lot and loves Unai Emery?
no
He
way.
loves it because Unai Emery, you saw it when he was at
Oh,
Villarreal.
and of course he's gassing up Pau Torres
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
saying, Rolls Royce, you know him when he get the ball, 90% pass. Loud. We don't defend first, but perfect response. Yeah. Defend first, but
They look good.
yeah, perfect response. Perfect response.
They
Come
look
on,
good. McGinn scored.
He was the one downplaying his FPL chances. He said, "Don't get me."
Yeah, McGinn said, "Don't get me an FPL." And look what happened. I mean, McGinn scored. Diaby's looking like a good signing. He didn't score, but
Yeah,
it's very
Leon
well.
Bailey,
Leon Bailey goal and an assist as well.
If that brother can stay fit, he will be
Who's that, Bailey?
Bailey. Yeah, he is the one. He's Diaby before Diaby. Let's be honest, coming from Leverkusen, the big money signing, the right winger. If he can stay fit, him and Diaby, and now Diaby's playing like a second striker role as well, isn't it? He's not playing out wide.
That's a really good coup
I was like,
from Villa.
Listen,
That's a
I
really
was saying Arsenal.
Unai-
should stay.
I love Man United.
fair play.
So
Yeah,
listen,
there's a problem at Villa though, huh? I swear they have 3 like ACL. I don't know if Buendia was injured ACL, but Mings ACL. Coutinho today revealed ACL. Buendia I think is out for the season. I swear there was a 4th one as well, but that's
oh, this
some big injuries, bro.
Yeah. There's an ACL epidemic happening.
Bro, yeah, in football in general.
Yeah.
Diego Carlos, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I forgot,
Again?
I forgot they had him now because he had the ACL.
Who's the left back? That's the one who I think is
Digne.
out for a while. No, Digne is playing again. but
Moreno.
Moreno is injured.
Jeez, man.
Yeesh.
But you're right. There's an ACL epidemic going
No,
on in football.
100%.
Right
Of
now.
course, yeah, of course, yeah. It was
And
it's
people are
crazy.
saying sometimes it's the turf, the
Did they
travelling,
go
the
America?
preseason. I think it's just a coincidence.
Where
It's the
Aston Villa,
vaccine.
where was their preseason?
It's the vaccine.
Yeah, it's that then. That's where it comes from.
Did
That's
Villa,
where it
did
stems
Villa go
from.
America for summer
Yeah,
league?
they did.
That's where it stems from.
He's saying it's
See,
America.
everybody's
Madrid.
saying this. I'm not buying that.
Militao.
Arsenal.
Timber.
America.
It's
I know,
stemming from
everyone's
America.
saying the artificial turf. I do think
I'm
artificial
telling you
turf
now,
does
it's
play a
America.
part in
But
it.
the
But I'm
artificial
like,
turf has always been a case, and teams go to the
It's
US all
them
the
man
time.
there.
oh,
It's them man there.
Oh, the Yanks.
It's them man
Oh.
there. It's them man there.
Hey, you said you got dodgy knees, don't you?
Water bottle's empty, bro. It's empty.
You grew up playing
Tell you
football
now,
out
it's
there. that's
America,
why.
fam. Be smart.
How's the court? How's the court? That's
Relax, the other one.
You think it's gonna
Such a
randomly
really
happen to
rising
Militao? All these Aston Villa, randomly. It's not. It's not like it's not a coincidence.
Yanks.
I think it is.
It's America, fam. They
This is
said
right.
no.
You know how I always changed my nationality back?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Canada!
I'm Connecticut.
Wow, what? All right, but listen, 4-0 Villa. A couple of notes from that game. Everton lost their first opening 2 games of the season without scoring for the first time in 68 years. Villa have won 8 consecutive home games for the first time in 33 years. No Everton player had more touches in the opposition box in the first half than Arnaut Danjuma, while he had his side's only shot on target and he came on in the 38th minute. If Everton do go down this year, are they coming back anytime soon?
They're in trouble. They're in
It's going to be
trouble.
like a Sunderland, it'll take them a while.
Yeah,
They
I
got a
think
big.
so.
They
I
got
think
a new
so.
stadium as
That's
well.
good.
You know?
That's a good comparison.
They need that. I feel like, as you said, they've
Character
been
building.
so badly run. It's almost like the perfect reset. I feel like a lot of clubs have gone down into relegation, whether it's West Ham, Newcastle, get their houses in order, come back. Middlesbrough, they're now back there, but they got their house in order, came back. There's a lot of teams that when they go down, it's almost like, all right, let's not do the Sunderland, Portsmouth thing, Wigan, where we go double down, because that climb is even longer. I think Bolton are still trying to get back.
I don't think they'll stay. They'll come back. They got a solid fan base. They won't. I don't
What's
think
the fan base playing?
No, but in
Is the
terms
fan base gonna come on the pitch?
I don't think the fan base will allow that to happen, bro.
What are they gonna do?
They're just fans up.
Sit in front of the goal and
Fans-
stop the ball from going.
fans-
in.
They'll just move to
What's that?
Liverpool.
What's the saying? What are fans? What number are they? They're the 12th
12th
men.
men.
They're the 12th men.
Yeah, but you remember Fratton Park? It was a 12th man
No,
too.
no. They're
The
gonna-
Reebok Stadium, 12th men.
They-
Stadium of Light, 12th men.
No, it
Bro,
wasn't.
no one is
Stoke
Leeds.
City. Stoke City,
Leeds is the
loudest
biggest
stadium.
one.
Yeah,
Leeds
Ellen
basically almost got out of the football division, bro.
Childish, fam. Mark Viduka, Harry killed it all day.
I'm telling you, no one is too big to go down. No one is
And
too
the
big
thing
to go
is,
down.
They're at the moment.
I never
going
said they
through the
were,
stadium
but I'm
move as
saying,
well.
yeah, they're going stadium move. Like with the stadium move, they need to get Premier League. They needs to be in Premier League, bro.
Facts. Big win for Villa. Everton, it's not looking good, bruv. But we're going to move on. Got 2 games left. The first one we're going to talk about is Fulham vs Brentford, a 3-0 away win for Brentford. And Mbuemo and Wissa, Ren and Ilias are starting on fire so far this season.
Boy.
Both scoring in both games. And Mbuemo, 2 goals. Got him on my FPL. He's doing well for me. And Wissa, fair play. He was a super sub for the last couple of years. It was super, but now he's starting games because obviously Ivan Toney, they're playing 2 up front and they're both You know, they're doing what Tony was doing.
Rin
Combined.
got more appearances for Brentford than he does for SDS.
Yo, I love that.
I saw a smile. I was like, what's he trying to say?
And
But yeah, man.
that's another one. Another great manager, just like Roberto De Zerbi, Thomas Frank. For Brentford. Don't
boy.
leave, bro. Yeah, my boy, bro.
No, him. He done an interview with him, innit?
Oh, is it an interview?
He's my guy.
He didn't tell me.
They know each other on first name basis.
He didn't tell me that. Thomas didn't tell me that.
You don't know him well enough. Like
I might call Tom, you know.
Nah, he doesn't
But
like
yeah.
Tom. He doesn't like Tom.
No, that's another.
He's very specific about Thomas.
Elias, that was crazy. That was crazy.
You don't like Tom.
He doesn't like Tom. He doesn't like Tom.
He told me his close friends know him as Thomas.
Innit, he looks like Trent from Ted. Yeah,
does, he
Well, he looks like.
You know how he's on his power thing last season?
Right now,
Yeah,
Seriously.
You know what he
He's
was?
one of those guys who bases his entire personality on what he's watching.
My childhood
You are
fr-
such a basic.
You know what it was? You know what it is? A guy that I went secondary school with,
Yeah.
close friends, that was like that.
Back in 2005.
Was like that.
He can't even cross his finger. He has to manually cross his finger.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
Bro,
Because-
this guy's a big baby. I swear.
If you want to do it, I didn't want to do it like this. I didn't want to do it like this. I want to do it backwards. You get it? Like that. I don't want to do
You
it
need
like that.
help,
You obviously
man.
can. And this is the new one now. So we're like this.
That's hard, bro.
My fingers are so heavy. I gotta lift them
And
over.
I remembered, I went when I was in Sharks' yard, yeah. He had Ted Lasso on. He's like, oh, this is an amazing show. Da, 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 da. And my boy was on it, but I didn't really take any.
Oh, yeah, boys in the show.
Yeah.
What does he play?
Bumper Catch. He's one of his first team. Like, he's literally,
Yeah.
like, you'll recognize him.
But then I
What's
was like, oh, where is this on? Couldn't see it on Netflix. Didn't see it on Thing. It was on Apple TV. I was like, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Apple TV's the one right now.
They,
Brother,
I
the show I
heard they got
watched-
some shows on there.
I needed to watch Hijack. I needed to watch that. The last episode.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it anywhere.
On Apple TV.
I paid for Apple TV just for the last episode. Just for I said, after 7 days, I'm gonna cancel my subscription because I had an offer, 7-day free. I said, I'm doing it just for the thing.
Gotta get in.
Then I said, you know what? Let me just watch a little bit of Ted Lasso. My 7 days is gone. I paid for Apple TV, fam. Damn. Because of Ted Lasso.
I'll put you on.
Is that good?
Worth it.
I'll put you on
have to
some.
start
I'll put you on some.
I thought it was gonna be like a serious documentary. It's so funny,
I
bro.
thought
It's just
yeah.
funny.
I
It's
thought
a
it was
comedy, it's
serious. I
comedy.
thought it was like
Like, the
serious.
quality of football in the show and that is dead. Like,
It's comedy, but
it's like the storylines.
Pep's in it.
Pep's in it.
Henri's in it. Gary Lineker's in it.
Everyone on TikTok.
Everyone's in it.
It's
Everyone's
amazing.
Can I
bro.
watch it on TikTok?
You probably could, yeah.
Hey, I'm
It's actually a great show. And if they got season 4 and they need vacancies, I'm here.
I'm trying to jump on as well.
Yeah. If they need it, I'm there.
If they need a
Luis
player, I was
Fonte's
gonna
there.
say, get
we're
Luis
all
Fonte
there.
to-
Who was in it? Marco, our producer.
Oh yeah.
Loads of people. There's loads of people. And that guy, the United fan guy's on
K-
it.
KG,
Yeah, he's in there. Loads of people.
KG's there. Yeah.
He's in it. There's loads of people in it
Shout out
that I recognize. I know
It's
loads of
it's proper good show, man. If you haven't watched it, watch it, man.
for sure.
it's
Man.
actually
No, they're
sick.
not even paying us for that.
SDS.
Yeah, they're not one. And the t-shirt's just there.
I got a
Merce.
Richmond top as well. Yeah.
Can you throw, please? Yeah.
Hey, so what are we doing?
I'm trying so hard to get on season 4. You
Is there a
understand?
season 4?
Someone said if you're related to one of the producers, someone sent it to me. This was sent to me. It's one of the
original.
AFC Richmond
Still got the tag.
training tops. Yeah, I've got like
That's-
everything on it.
That's not even. You know what top that is?
Richmond
No,
AFC.
Nate the Great wears that.
I'll swear.
Nate the Snake after.
Yeah. But no, it's amazing. Watch it, please.
I'll
man.
watch it.
That's
But
actually pretty fitting though. Talk
yeah.
about Richmond because Fulham is based.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
near
yeah.
Richmond.
It's that
And
area.
so is Brentford as well.
Yeah,
to be
yeah, it's
fair.
that
It's
area.
quite- It's
My
a
old
derby,
ends,
actually.
bro.
Yeah,
This
it's
is my
dark-
old
yeah,
London.
Yes.
It was a derby.
That's the Leah's derby.
This used to be my ends, bro.
Someone said this, but I don't know if it's true. You see Ted Lasso where he lives?
Yeah.
Like you can go inside there.
The town, yeah.
Can you go? Not in the
sure.
town. Can you go? Can you go inside the house? And like, it's like, you know,
I wouldn't be surprised.
you know Harry Potter,
Yeah.
9 3/4 at King's Cross.
yeah.
You could just view it, take pictures. Can you do
No,
that for
the
Ted
building in
Lasso?
suits.
I
It's in
don't know,
Toronto.
but now that you're a fan, we can go around the area.
I'm on it. I want to go to the park and that.
Yeah, you want to do the runs?
Yeah.
and that, Jamie Tart
I want to
and-
find. I'm gonna Google Nelson Road.
Cool.
The greatest captain is Roy Kent.
Oh yeah, no, that I do know. It's like all their players are just like basically parodies of like real life players.
that Ibra.
Yeah, what's his name? Ibrahim
Zava.
Yeah. They got Tar or whatever.
I might have to watch this. you know.
Jamie. Yeah, they're loosely based on that.
Roy Kent is Roy Keane.
It's actually it's amazing, bro.
You binged
That's
it.
what he does.
You binged it then.
I binged it.
You binged it. You're
I
talking about
backed it,
stuff
bro.
that you finished
Yeah.
it. Fulham.
I called Dino. I FaceTimed him. I said this show. Oh no, but yeah,
No, you're right. You're right.
yeah, it's amazing. Man.
Yeah, it's good,
I'm a
it's
fan.
I want to jump on, man.
Yeah. If you're
Fulham-
watching,
But the way, the
Sharks.
way
You know,
the-
season
the
4, they
way-
should have a
Season
segment
4.
of us talking about a game that they
But
just
the way
played.
the way it ended, I think
That'd be smart.
The way it ended,
That'd be good.
No, there has to be.
I think that's the
It
end.
can't.
I think that's the end.
No, what?
I think that's the end.
With Roy Kent and Nate the Great and Coach Bid
Yeah,
as
that's
the
the
managers.
start,
No
yeah.
way. No way. Can't end like that, fam. They're like this. Bro, they're in Champions League football, Sharks.
They are.
They didn't win the league.
I know.
We
What are you
need.
spoiling it for, man? What the f is wrong with people? No, I'm actually not watching it now. I've gone from watching it to not watching it in a
There's
matter
gonna
of
be
2
a season
minutes.
4. There's gonna be a season 4.
All
We should have a
right.
segment.
We just spent
SBS
10 minutes on
talking
Ted
about a game.
Lasso.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry. But you know
You've
me. When it
eaten
comes,
into the Fulham Brentford time.
yeah.
I
So
would
we've
say
got
on that
to
game,
summarize
though,
it.
just quickly on that game.
What
I
one?
think Fulham are in huge trouble.
I said the same thing. I said
Fulham
they were my
are
team
in
to disappoint this year.
Huge trouble because Mitrovic, of course, was one of the main reasons why they overperformed last year.
massively.
And even last year, you looked at their squad, and I kept saying, yo, look at their team. It's almost like the Brentford rejects of the Premier League have come together and they're doing something. Now Mitrovic is in Al Hilal, so your 12 goals have gone. Jimenez has shown, listen, CTE, it's not the same afterwards. Sorry. It's not the same. And I'm sorry, getting battered at home 3-0 to Brentford, who are a team for me in and around. Those should be tight games. Huge trouble. I think they're going to be floating just above the relegation zone this year,
Same
honestly.
thing, bro. Last year, Fulham, if you actually watch them, they were massively cheating XG, bro.
Yeah.
For all you stats heads, like they were massively cheating it, and Mitro was just on a madness that first half of the season. And when he went down, or when he got suspended, that's when their form completely dropped because, bro, he was literally just like creating stuff out of thin air, bro. He
Yeah.
was like Drogba out there, bro. So now that you take him out of that team, hey,
Bro,
I told you
even
I'm
the
worried
true
about
colours
Fulham,
are
bro.
showing?
Yeah, I'm worried about them.
Even those last 8-9 games, I think you lot battered them 3-0 at home.
their
Like
ground, yeah.
there was a few home games I remember where I was like, yo, you lot are really just dropping out now completely. And I was like, Mitrovic goes, this is what they could look like. Now it's here.
Yeah.
And if the replacement is Jimenez, you're
he's
in huge
cooked,
trouble.
bro.
I know they're linked with taking over, you know, the Gift Orban kid that
He's
we're
good.
linked with.
Yeah. But
Apparently
that's
they're
another
linked
one.
with him.
I don't like those kinds of signings for clubs like that, to be honest with you.
It's
That's
putting
like,
too
remember
much pressure
Leeds,
on
who did
him.
they sign last year? That guy in January from Bundesliga.
Bro, it's the same as you remember Josh Madger when they signed him
Yeah,
randomly. It's like
yeah.
that. Signing some kid and just saying, yo, you're going to be the one to bail us out. Come on. Too much.
I agree.
Coming from the Belgian league as well?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, no, you're right, to be fair. I don't know. Fulham, last season, they looked very impressive, but like I said, Mitrovic was doing a lot by himself.
Big one. Marco Silva,
Wasn't really the team play.
dummy for not taking that Saudi deal.
So dumb.
Saudi should have gone.
So
Dummy.
dumb.
Should have gone. You gonna say something?
Yeah. It's like with Fulham, I had love for them back in the day.
Time ago.
Yeah, like when the Foxes were going into the stadium.
What?
When it was just a
Saha.
mess. Yeah, Saha. Like when it was just
Malbronk,
Malbronk,
Morte.
Zamora,
Yeah.
Roy Hodgson.
Bride.
Like them man there.
When
That's when I
Dempsey
loved
days.
them.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love-
yeah.
That's when
Europa League
I
finalists.
remember
boys.
that, yeah.
them days were like, oh Fulham,
Eddie
you're
Murphy.
you're cute. They're not cute no more. Do you get?
They're beat.
Like when babies, when you know when they're like 5 and they get that the adult teeth is coming and it's like you just look a mess. That's Fulham.
At 5, they get adult
Nah,
teeth.
that's what happens when you
Yeah,
were
wait,
you
how
were
old- how
you
old-
were the fine woman back then, and then you have a kid. That's the problem, bro. Fulham had a kid, and now they're unfashionable
They
now.
fell
bro.
off,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, they fell
Thought
off.
I'd go in school. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Why can't I find a good man?
Yeah.
Beat it, sick.
Yeah.
That's what Fulham are now, bro.
Is that-
Beat
is
it, sick.
Is that stand done? Is that stand done? The stand.
I don't even know.
Is there still scaffolding
This
in
guy's a
that?
big
I don't
Fulham.
know, man.
I feel like you're a bigger fan of Craven Cottage than you are of Fulham.
But
Oh, is
Brentford
it?
fan, we've got a Brentford fan. Yeah, I've never been. Brentford. I've been to Brentford Stadium though.
Yeah.
That's the first.
The community thing.
First, no, the old original.
Jesus.
One. The
Live
first
right next to
ever football game I've seen live was a Brentford game ever in my life.
Who did they play?
Second was a Watford game.
Were they in League Two
Griffin
then?
Park.
Yeah, but it was like League 2. Yeah, back it was like
Oh, is
it
it?
was like
Oh,
my son League 2.
little
Man, like
free
a,
thing.
Like a trip. Yeah,
Yeah, it's school.
same as Watford. All right. Keenan Lowe, who's a Brentford fan, says 11 matches unbeaten against London clubs for the Bees. It's safe to say that London is black and yellow.
That's you two.
What?
That's you two.
Safe to say London
you
is
two.
black and yellow.
I said it.
They're the
Are they not
bees,
red and
That's
white?
why they're the bees.
They're called the Bees.
No, the Bees.
That one ain't hit
that
search.
ain't it, yo.
Yeah, that one ain't it,
Nah,
yo. I see the thinking. You were thinking too
We're
deep.
good.
When I think black yellow, I think of
yeah.
Watford.
We're not like
Yeah,
that.
literally. I was like,
The
They're
Hornets.
beef from Brentford.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Thomas Frank should be in every discussion when discussing elite managers in the Prem.
Thanks.
He's definitely not sitting at that elite table, but I see him at the top 5, top 7 managers in the league. He deserves an honourable mention when top Prem managers are being discussed.
the way this guy's glistening.
Yeah, he's loving it. Today
don't
was
like
a snapshot of why Brentford fans should have a lot of confidence that this side can consistently beat teams in the bottom half, home or away, and comfortably stay in the Prem for years to come.
I think
that was
I'll
a
be
good
honest with you. I thought Brentford this year would be the dippers as well. Yeah, third season syndrome, maybe get figured out a little bit more. But if they can, as he said there, beat the teams in the bottom half, it's not about top half. Forget about that. You can coast.
They're
through
becoming what
Top half.
Stoke were, to be honest with you, bro. Like,
Just that.
tough to beat. I mean, they actually play better football than a lot of people give them credit for, but they
think
just
so,
don't.
bro.
They don't lose the teams in around them, and they can always go. Like you saw, they did the double against City last year. Like,
Yeah,
they
that's
can
what
go
I'm saying.
against the big team and cause an
Top
upset.
half, they
Brentford
can-
are here to stay for sure.
I think they
bro.
beat us and drew with us
They
as
got
well. They
Tony.
beat us in our ground.
They got
yeah.
Tony to come back as well. Like, yeah, they're gonna be.
Dude,
Yeah,
but they don't have their best player.
And Jan will
Yeah.
come quicker than you think. As
like,
well.
it's gonna be good, man. So they're in a good place.
They got
They are.
Elias and Ren, bro.
Let's go. Exactly.
Yes,
Let's
it's fine.
Ren holding the fort down. The final game is Forest versus Sheffield United. This is the Friday night game. It's the first game. It felt like a championship game.
Yeah.
It literally was. Two championship, two newly promoted teams. First of all, Awoniyi again scoring.
Mid-table Drogba.
Matt Turner looking decent for them in goal. Mid-table drop. But hey, that's not a horrible shout.
He's.
Do you know what? I know people will say, "Oh, how dare you?" I hear where you're going
I
with
don't know
that.
why
though.
people would, bro. I think
Bully
he scored
ball.
7 games in a row now, bro.
I'm trying to think, is there a better comparison? Because maybe Drogba is a bit too, you know.
Okay, but this is like when I compared Barnes to Ronaldo. I'm not saying they're quality players, but and look, people are saying I'm spitting now.
hate that. Okay, I hate that I was sat next to him. in
My
that
takes are really like Drake songs, bro. You gotta sleep on him a little bit. No, but hold on, I'm not saying in quality.
No,
but in
I
terms
get
of
what
the way
you're
they're able to
Yeah.
be a presence, occupy defenders.
Bully guys, yeah.
Awoniyi is a problem, bro.
Nah, he is a handful,
Yeah.
bro.
And he's probably one of the most improved players around Europe, to be honest with you, bro. Because no one was thinking about this
Nah,
guy
definitely
12
not.
months ago.
Definitely not. Definitely. That's when he first came in. First few games wasn't really doing much.
Yeah.
But listen, he's doing really well. I mean, Forest doing well. They lost to Arsenal just about.
Yeah,
we
good
just about went there,
performance
you know.
against you guys,
And Matt Turner's doing really well. He conceded a couple of worldies, like Saka and the one against the Forest, the other goal. I don't know who scored that goal. It was
Aurier, no?
no,
Oh, for who? Sheffield.
for Sheffield, Hamer.
Yeah.
Hamer,
Gustavo Hamer.
Very good goal,
nice
very good
goal.
finish, very good finish. So it's not really his fault. And then Nketiah goal was a deflection. So Turner has been doing pretty well. Sheffield United though, the first two games, the points were on the table for them, Palace and
Yeah.
Forest. You know,
Those are games they have to be
you
winning.
know, and they lost both of them. Now they got some tough games. They got City next, then they got Everton, Newcastle, Spurs, West Ham, Fulham.
I think
United,
them and
Arsenal.
Everton are guaranteed.
Huh?
I think Sheffield United and Everton are guaranteed.
To go down.
To,
I think so as well.
I
think
think
they're
Sheffield
guaranteed to go
United
down.
will genuinely break Derby County's record.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
big shout.
See?
No, I genuinely. There is no evidence to say that they will win any
Yeah.
games, in my opinion. They don't have the quality. They don't have depth. They don't have finances. They don't have hope. They have nothing. They are just going to be rooted to that bottom. It's going to be 3-point lane. Like, they don't even have the resilience that they came up with last time,
This
at
is what we
least.
sacrificed Leicester for, by the way.
Bro, it's
mad, isn't it?
ugly.
You look at
It's
the teams that
ugly.
actually went down compared to the teams that went up. You
Yeah.
can argue that the teams that went down are better.
Bro, it's
They bar
ugly.
Burnley,
Maybe 2 weeks ago before the season started, I saw a video breakdown of why they're in the mess that they are in.
Yeah, it's crazy. I say,
It's
yeah.
not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. So they're in
Finances are
huge
the
trouble.
mud, bro.
I mean, yeah. So for the players, it's just basically a showing of, listen, sign me when we go down.
Yeah, true.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Showcase
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Mm.
And who do they really have?
Brewster?
Ahmedovic.
I wouldn't take anyone.
What's his name? F from or whatever his name is in the back.
They've sold two of their best players that they came up with, two rivals. I think
Yeah.
Berg went to Burnley,
And die.
and Dai went to
That's a
Marseille.
big one.
And I'm like, you're finished, basically.
I didn't know Sheffield and Marseille were rivals though.
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
They got biggest.
Hey,
The
listen.
Marseille Ultras. They
Back
hate
in the
each other.
1930s, yeah.
You don't help yourself.
In Europe.
You're setting yourself up.
Sometimes you gotta lead into it, man.
But we got Forrest Gump, obviously he's a Forest fan, says Elanga needs to start with Awoniyi. They link up so nicely. Flowers for Awoniyi though, what a player he is. I'm slightly concerned about Cooper though. Out of his depth, but we move. Not too concerned about relegation because there are some shocking teams in the Premier League yet, and we're definitely not one of the worst three. Another thing I want to mention is Aurier, double assist, Spurs.
I've said
You miss him.
no. No. I'm very
better than Emerson Royal?
I'm very happy with it.
You know he's starting to call him Emerson again.
Exactly.
And they give his name.
We talk nicely about Emerson around here now. We'll leave that conversation for another day. But I'm happy for Aurier, honestly. I saw when he went last year, he was actually really good. And I was like, bro, I ain't never seen you act like this. We had you for 3 years and all you did was give me stink jobs. But listen, I'm not one of those people that is bitter towards certain players. I think Aurier, for me, wasn't the worst one as well. He was good. he was just a headless and rash guy.
He was
But
just like that at PSG too.
yeah, he just, and that's the thing. And I don't mind that because you're committed.
Yeah.
But the thing is there was just too many
much
of
head
them.
loss, yeah.
Too much head loss for him though. He wasn't a bad player, honestly. Like there were some players who I will have hatred for long after they leave my
Yeah,
club,
that's
and
the
they
thing
are
with
still there.
Forest too. That's the thing with Forest. They got a few players that, like you said, they may not make the cut at Spurs or United or whatever, like
They can
Elanga,
do
for
a
example. But yeah, for a mid-table club or an aspiring mid-table club, they look comfy, bro. Elanga will look comfy
I
at
think
Forest.
they just signed Montiel on loan.
Did
so,
they?
That's
yeah,
crazy.
so he's going to be on loan with
Really?
11 million options. So Montiel and Aurier as your rotation as the right backs.
World
Montiel
Cup
from
winner.
Sevilla.
Bro,
The World Cup winner.
Montiel, the
Europa
one
League
who won
winner.
us the World Cup.
these are the guys that were signing Lodi last
I
year,
feel like he's
He's
Felipe.
great right now.
Who's us?
Messi FC.
Ah, okay.
he's
I was Messi FC as well.
Messi FC.
I was Messi FC, yeah.
Ian right when he sees the Montiel.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
oh my days.
He's coming.
Bro, yeah. And listen, that's the end of the roundup. But this is a segment where we talk about FPL really quickly. See how everyone's
Where am I?
getting
Where
on.
am I? Where am I?
So the it's just updated as well. I've gone up. Look at these green.
No way.
Look at these green arrows. Look at every league I'm in. Green everywhere.
Don't do me like
green.
that.
I'm gonna put. So the SDS one, the one of us with all the cast members and the staff. This is how it looks right now on the screen. I'm in third place. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what everyone is in this table.
I can't believe it.
I'm in third place. Fuad, you've gone down to 10th now out of 13.
What?
Is it?
I don't
Oh,
believe
you're
it.
11th. You're in relegation. You're in relegation.
Nah, do you know what I messed
Oh,
up?
I'm second.
Do you know what I messed up?
I'm second. It's
I
updated.
left Reece James in my team this week like a bozo. So, and then Haaland's my captain. Bruno Fernandes, despicable.
I'm currently in second place.
Saka and Martinelli, hang your heads. See, this is why I don't put these men in my team. This is why I don't put ops in my teams.
I'm in second place.
61. Liban is killing
I
you,
was,
bro.
yeah, Liban's going crazy. I'm in second place. Fuad is in 11th out of 13 relegation zone. Fuzi's moved up to 5th mid-table. On the upper half of mid-table.
That's called Champions League spot.
Champions League spot for us, yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Lias is in 9th. Liban's top of the league. Hasib is in 7th.
Shut the hell up, man. Get behind the camera. Tell us how many minutes are left on the camera.
But let's talk about the SS League that you guys are involved in. I think I've over 10,000 people right now. I'm in 1,678th place, which is pretty good if there's 10,000 people. The top 10 is on the screen right now. There's some people trying to join. And in first place is someone called Cheesy, or their team's called Cheesy Garnachos. Dexter Slocum is in first.
Shout out you.
So shout out to the top 10.
Did he?
He uses free hit.
That's like
why.
Liban who used bench boost the first
Yeah,
week.
exactly. Exactly.
Oh, so that's how they're doing it. You man are cheats. I thought you don't just make a good pick.
It's not cheats. I mean,
Dexter.
everyone gets those powers. You just haven't used it yet.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta wait the right time.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. But that's how the SS League is looking. If you want to join, the code is in the description below. We're open to letting anyone join. But that's how it's looking right now. So thank you guys for watching. Join our FPL leagues. We'll keep updating you guys throughout the season. Follow the Twitter. Follow all of us. See you guys next time.